Who's your favorite WWE wrestler?
Who the fuck do you think?
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio's the GOAT, man. I fuck with it.
Rey Mysterio and John Cena.
John Cena. Yep.
John
Cena was
was
crazy.
hard. Is it the
Yo,
fucking?
yo, put John
with the
Cena up on the
jorts?
screen. Put John Cena up on the screen.
No, but
Alex, there's this game. It's called like the John Cena game or something. You
Yeah.
need
The
to stream
John
it.
Cena game.
Why?
You need to stream it.
it's
It's like a meme game.
okay.
You just
I'm gonna have to check it out still.
you just open the app. It's just blank. You're just blank. There's no.
Nah, it's like it's
You have
literally
to
like
figure out where your
$80.
character is on the screen, bro.
it's like there's multiple characters,
still
but they're all
$79.99.
different versions of John Cena.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, the jorts were legendary.
The jorts
the
were
jorts
legendary.
was
That's a
crazy.
look.
And the
Fucking-
chain, the seed that spin.
Yeah.
That was crazy times.
I was never a WWE man, but like, yo, John Cena, iconic.
Nah, just
And
the
you
fighting
always
was
had
crazy.
jorts. Yeah, bro, I just be running around. In
Nah, I
jorts, yeah.
definitely rocked the jorts for a little while.
Actually,
Past the knees.
Everybody did growing up.
I did not.
Really?
I
had the
I don't think
jorts.
I've ever worn a pair of jorts.
You've
I did,
definitely
I did
rocked
for
a
You
couple
also
of
never
jorts.
been on a plane.
Why?
Yo, that's
Why this
crazy.
guy always has to
Oh,
come
That's
to
crazy.
me?
Honestly, I think the only shirts I've seen you wear are the same black Adidas shirts.
I got shirts on right now underneath my pants.
So
yo.
cute.
And they're Nike.
Yo, don't show me. I didn't see your pants.
You see Lil Uzi's tweet?
Dude.
I rock Nike and Adidas. I'm weird.
Nah, so
Yo, if you had to pick a team, who you rocking with?
Whoever pays me
What?
more.
What do you mean
If you had to
team?
pick a team, Nike or Adidas, who you rocking with?
I go Nike.
Yeah,
Nike?
Yeah.
For everything though, like if you could only wear one brand forever,
That's what Drake
shoes,
does. That's
clothes,
clearly what
everything.
Drake does.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
like
probably
Nike,
pick
right?
Nike.
Nike.
Yo,
What about you, Mauri?
Reebok.
I fuck with it.
Thanks.
So I'm
wasn't
a
the question. That
trendsetter.
wasn't the
A
question.
trendsetter.
I'll probably
Said
just
Nike or
wear
Adidas.
Christian Dior.
Christian Dior.
Yo, I hate how obsessed everybody is with Nike though. It gets like weird, bro.
Yeah.
People
Yo, but Nike is life.
bare Nike tattoos, bro. Like a Nike chain,
Who the fuck
Nike
has a
earrings.
Nike tattoo?
You guys
Wait, you
don't
don't
like
shit like that on
Nike?
Instagram, bro? Like people are just way too
Yeah.
attached to Nike.
People
and
are too
stuff.
Nike'd out still.
Yeah.
Nike is hitting that like Apple level of like branding.
Like
you know?
people
like,
will
It's
just draw
been-
Nike
Yeah.
on their shirt for like no reason. It's just like
It's, you know,
yo,
it's been popping though for fucking.
Nah,
it's
for sure,
poppin',
but,
like,
like,
it's,
first-
it gets weird. It's
The
like,
first
yo, it's
million
just a-
video on YouTube to reach 1 million views was the Nike Ronaldinho ad. When
That
he-
is
when he
well
got
oh,
his-
hitting the crossbar,
well
right?
deserved,
That was
though.
fake though.
got his,
That was fake.
Yeah, apparently it was.
Yeah, he
It
didn't
was-
do that for real.
It's a sick video though.
I'm not lying. I like believed for a long time
That it was real? So
Nah,
did
you
I,
know what's the
but it was
sick video? You guys remember the what was it like the World Cup 2010 or whatever?
That one was
Oh,
a
and then-
classic.
the animated video
Yeah,
for it.
You know I
Yeah.
try so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, Neymar wouldn't do that. Neymar wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like he like stopped. He turned around,
Yeah,
passed
you
it
have
to
to
the
start
next
it.
one.
Iniesta.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to Screw Culture. Yo, I gotta get some claps for that, boys. We're here.
It's
so
starting to lose the shine for me. The clap at the beginning. It's like, yo,
You
we're,
didn't-
we're
you
here,
didn't-
guys. We're established.
No, we
You
gotta
didn't-
keep
you
the
didn't
clap
seem-
going.
You didn't seem amused at all for that fucking clap.
Yeah, bro. Because like every time, like I wonder if he's gonna bring up that we should clap. That
Of
we're
course,
still here,
fam.
bro. No, just one day, like like we're just gonna look back. There's gonna be cobwebs here. Just, we're not recording, bro. I'm just gonna be clapping to myself, bro.
That was dark as fuck.
I did not expect him to go there with
Why?
that.
What's
Still,
wrong? Are you okay? What the fuck?
Yeah, what was it earlier? Yo, I'm going through something.
Go
anyways,
do that shit yourself.
anyways, I am one of your hosts, Dante. Here, of course. Well, I always got my boy on the right of me, Alex, and my boy on the left of me, Esty.
Leo
Jeez,
Messi.
jeez.
How you guys doing today? You're blessed.
Yeah, I'm alright, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. And of
I'm
course,
super blessed.
Yeah, you're doing good.
I'm super blessed.
Yeah, that's good. Man.
I don't look that good.
and of course,
Oh.
of course, of course. Hold on,
Senor Unos
yo,
and
you don't
doses.
fucking talk until I introduce you. All right.
Shut your bitch ass up.
We got Mauri, of course, on the ones and twos in the back.
I can give a clap for Mauri though.
Yeah, we gotta clap for Mauri again, yo.
Even though he just
Can I
said I
talk
look
now?
bad, bro. Fuck you.
Yo,
Ones and twos in the building.
Bro, you
Where's
know
the
it's
unos
cap,
and
you know it's cap
doses?
because first thing he said
Where's
when
the
he came
unos
in,
and
he was like,
doses?
you got a good
Senor
haircut,
Unos
bro.
and doses. I already hit it, bro. You missed
did you?
it.
Oh, my bad.
He
My
doesn't
bad.
listen.
Yo, I just want to give a quick shout out one
Man
time
lie.
to. I just want to give a quick shout out one time to Marvin again for last week's episode. It was.
out,
I
Marvin.
thought it went really well. It was pretty
First, yeah.
It was a
successful.
good time.
And for everybody listening to this, by the time you guys are listening, Beware of the Dog will be out, his EP, right? So just go check it out. If wherever you listen to it, tell them that we sent you over there. And yeah. Yo, I got something I want to talk to you guys about. I was
Talk to
watching.
us.
So
Talk
so
to
so
us.
so so a couple days ago, I was watching Brooklyn Nets, Lakers. All right.
Yeah.
I think they played back to back.
Yeah.
Aight.
KD didn't play in either game.
Alright.
They still bodied the fuck out of the Lakers.
Alright.
I didn't see the NBA Finals yet. I already know the Nets won. How do you guys feel about super teams in the NBA? Because I think it's kind of pussy.
Yeah, honestly.
And I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't.
Not just in the NBA, but in sport in general, actually. I'm going to broaden the question. Like, how do you feel about super teams coming together?
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to say a soccer team is a super team, though.
I mean, you could argue, like, Barca was a super team.
But, like, most of them are academy-made players that are just amazing.
Okay, fine. But
So, like,
then
it's a little difficult to just say that was a super team. They're just a really good team. That's hard.
And they have a good academy,
Well, I
so
mean,
they're going to continue to make good
you
Suarez,
could still-
Neymar, and Messi together on the team's kind of
Super team.
super still.
Yeah, that's pretty super. I guess.
Iniesta
But, like,
and Xavi.
I don't think
Iniesta
anything
and
wrong.
Xavi.
but yeah, that's only 3 out of 11 people on the pitch.
Iniesta and Xavi on that team as well?
Shut up. Iniesta and Xavi are homegrown.
Okay,
Sergio
but
Busquets
so is
is
Messi,
homegrown.
though.
Piqué is homegrown. Jordi Alba's homegrown.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Fair enough. But how do you
the
guys
fuck
feel
outta
about super teams, man? I'm curious because just like watching sports now, it hasn't been interesting to me lately. You know what I mean? Specifically the NBA this season.
I
like-
don't know.
You
That's what
What,
your
you just
take
want to
on.
see like a bunch of rookies?
No, it's not even that.
That's
But
what
like
your
for
take on-
example,
do you like
last year
underdogs?
last
Watch
year was
college
so
ball.
no. But here's the thing.
They're next up. They're the ones that are next up.
Yeah,
yo,
bro.
fucking catch me at UFT watching games from now on.
Yeah, bro.
But anyways,
Shout
the
out
reason
Laurie ball team.
saying they're nice.
Yeah, honestly, alright, bro. I'm not gonna talk shit about my school, bro.
This
Yeah,
guy's gonna
nah,
have
they
nice hunting him
trash,
down.
yo. That's the polite way of saying they're
I
dog
should have
shit.
tried out. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Kidding.
reason I bring it up is because I feel like
you,
like
bro.
last year the NBA was mad interesting to me because you never knew who was gonna win, right?
Mhm.
Like especially in the playoff time, everybody had a pretty good or pretty decent team, and obviously the years before that you had the Warriors who just bodied everybody, and you just knew that they were gonna win every single time, right? Like the only time they didn't win was when KD got injured against the Raptors. So like that's why I'm curious, like what you guys think now because we're getting back to that place with the Nets where they just have like a big three
Well, yeah,
that's unstoppable.
That's when KD went after Oklahoma lost a 3-1 lead to fucking Golden State, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
Western Conference Finals. The year after, he left. So
Yeah.
I think that one was just a little weird because you went to the team that you lost to, and it was kind of embarrassing for your team.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think if they didn't play them and they lost to someone else, and he still went to a super team, after a while it starts to get annoying. Like, oh, seeing the same team when like if Real Madrid won the Champions League every single year, it just starts to get annoying. I'm not like looking forward to seeing the same team win.
Because you know what's going to happen.
But like, they're still just a sick team, so you can't be like, oh, fuck them just because they're good. Like, you know, it's just like maybe it's annoying. You're a fan of another team, but like, if you're the visibly like best team and like they signed you, like, what are
Mhm.
you gonna do? Not go?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they're a good
yeah.
Team? Like, is Durant just
Well,
gonna
But
sit
do you
down?
not want to win? Like,
well, the thing is, like with
He
Harden,
got
gonna
2
go-
rings. He
you're
got 2 rings out of
yeah.
that.
so from what I understand, like the thing is with the Nets now, right? So I'll like tell you the situation. I want you to tell me if you think it's like wrong or not. All right. So like with this situation now, Harden. So Kyrie and KD both decided to go to the Nets. Like they've signed there as free agents, right? So for me that's fine. There's no issues there, right? My issue is then Harden asked to get traded from Houston specifically to the Nets. That's the only team he wanted to get traded to. So like you guys know in the NBA, the players have all the power. So if they come out and they say they want to leave a team or they're not happy or whatever, then the organization is going to do everything in their power to get rid of that guy to wherever he wants to go. Pretty much is how it's going to go, right?
It's like
Mhm.
the total opposite of
Ye-
soccer.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is actually. It is
Messi's
very
been
very
complaining
opposite.
for a long time.
Yeah.
apparently.
I feel like it's hard as fuck to get out for soccer sometimes.
Oh, what of your contracts? Yeah, I mean,
Like if you
it's just
if
like
you
any
wanna
sport
force
though.
your way out, you have to be a dickhead.
Yeah, you have to not play. You have to
Follow.
be a prick about it
Yeah,
still.
you have to like not go to practice, not.
But I mean, if anybody was going to be able to get themselves out of their contract, it would have been Messi. I think
You-
if he continued to push, they would have let him go.
Do you fuck with the underdog though? Like, is your like thing to see the underdog win, or because that's like a question like for a super team?
Yeah, I feel like
Uh,
I feel like you also have to think of it like you live like your life is so short. Like a good example is like Kobe. Like we just lost him and he didn't even get to enjoy his retirement, you know?
mhm.
So like wouldn't you want to join the best team to get those rings in that lifetime that you have cause it's just an opportunity, you know?
So
I'm
I'm
not
not talking. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not talking from a player's perspective. I'm talking from a fan's perspective. So like
I actually have a good
to
example.
watch, it's not competitive to me because like I told you I haven't seen the NBA. The NBA Finals isn't going to be for another like few months. I can already tell you that the Nets are going to be in the finals and the Lakers are probably going to be in the finals.
not-
It's a safe
You're
bet.
not mad at
So-
the players then.
No, not.
Okay.
I mean,
Nah,
like
people hated KD.
the KD situation is
Yeah.
different because he
You
was a
can
free
remember on
agent.
Twitter?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he
You know
was
what I
getting
mean?
slandered still.
Fuck KD. There's that whole fucking song. What was I gonna say though? 2015 though. Let me set the setting. 2015. It's England.
This guy is actually a sports like
We're in-
encyclopedia.
We're in
Oh,
Leicester.
I-
We're
He
in
has the
Leicester.
app.
2015.
Yeah,
Jamie Vardy and the likes of Riyad Mahrez are taking over England.
yeah.
Absolute. That shit was nice to
that
watch.
shit
I'm
was
not even
that
gonna
shit
lie.
was sick.
It was incredible. But
Not
like,
even, that was like that. I enjoyed seeing that more than seeing Man United win for like 2 seasons in a row type of shit.
well,
You know.
I mean, I would like to see them win again.
Well,
Can we
like
not
I'm
slander
just
my
saying, like
club right now?
when Leicester City did their thing and like they took over the Premier League, that shit was sick. And like
Yeah.
no one thought they would keep it up for the entire season. And then Jamie Vardy could have left in the summer after, but he decided to stay, and he's just been there since. But like Mahrez left, he went to Man City. But like it's cool that he stayed and he just stuck with his like underdog team. They've always been like a threat since. But like,
Well, in my
not the
opinion,
same.
though, the beauty of like the Premier League in particular, and I feel like it's like this in all over Europe with soccer, is that like you never know. There's never one team that's dominant. You know, like other than Real Madrid in a couple of years ago, like nobody wins the Champions League back to back. Like they're the only team really.
It's usually a
that's ever
toss-up,
done that.
like-
It's usually a toss up. Every
Mhm.
year is new, and same thing with the Premier League. Like every year. Maybe it's the same 3 or 4 teams battling it out, but every year there's a new champion. It's
Yeah.
it's really hard to double on
It's
the
definitely
on the
the
Premier League, you
The
know.
most competitive league
And yeah, and so
by far.
because like growing up my whole life, I was used to that
It's
competition.
changing now though.
yeah, I want to make the argument.
What do you mean though? How is it
I want to
changing
make
now?
the argument
like-
that
Sorry.
Because like the Spanish league is like they just lost Ronaldo, and they're about to
Mm.
lose Messi. So like it's like they have to rebuild again.
Yeah.
So Spanish league is a little different. Everything's about to get
I-
even.
I
so-
wanna-
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
want
Yeah,
to say
because
that.
especially used
Other
to
than,
be
like,
mad
money-wise.
one-sided.
I'd honestly want to say that a mid-table Spanish team would deal with a mid-table PL team. Like if you put Real Sociedad against even Arsenal, they'll give them a run for their money. Like more than like a mid-table English team would.
I mean,
Those Spanish teams can fucking play. Like
But
even
it's like
Suarez.
different. It's different types of football.
Even
you know what I
Suarez
mean? Though,
like
like,
said he
home
made
and
he was
away
at, he
games
was
are just
when
different,
Suarez was on
though.
was
Yeah.
on Liverpool and then he went to Barcelona and Spain, and when he first went to Spain, he said that he had to adjust his entire playing style because the defending in Spain was more intense. He's like it was fast paced. Like
they play the game differently.
he's like in
completely.
England, I could have the ball for a little longer, but like my options are always locked off. But like in Spain, my options are open, but I'm closed off because there's like 2
Mhm.
defenders already on me. So it's like
Mhm.
the opposite almost.
there's different styles of football, right?
No, you
like
can
they're
see it
saying
because
earlier,
like it's the
different
way
parts
the
of world.
formations are built. It's the way like the pace
Shit.
of the game is set. Like you look at like the Italian league, which is like usually pretty ass. It's ass for a reason. It's the way that they play. They play like mad defensive, keep bouncing the ball back and forth in the defense, maybe run it down the wing. You know what I mean? It gets boring. You know what I mean? As to where like Champions League, it's played a little bit different. You know?
Yo,
Mhm.
if you were
or Premier League.
if you were a player, would you guys mind going from like club to club, or would you want to be a one club? Like I wouldn't mind going to different like countries.
To be honest, I wouldn't want like imagine like all the teams that you could join. I would not want to be on the Russian league or German league
Mhm.
or English league. Like I would prefer to go to Italy, first, or
Really, you
Why?
wouldn't want to be in
Why?
the Premier League?
that's where I'm living. Also, you think
That
you
is
know?
a big thing.
I
A
would-
lot of
but I
people don't
wouldn't-
realize it's about their life.
I wouldn't
too.
want to
I'm
do
gonna
like
live
with
in
Zlatan. Like he was a new
Manchester.
team like
Every year,
every
pretty
fucking
much.
like all
every
the,
2
all,
years.
all the time. But like I wouldn't mind like as far as another example, he went Ajax, Liverpool,
Barca.
Barcelona.
Mm.
So like and now he's at Atletico for some fluke. It's a bullshit. But like if he were to stay at Barcelona and retire, that would have been cool.
Mm.
But like just 3 squads. He was in Netherlands, he was in England, then he was in Spain. And like you could still have it was like 7 years at a time, so you could like settle your life. Obviously, you have to move and change.
But maybe look at it like he wanted to travel. You know what I mean? You could obviously stay at Barcelona for the rest of your life, but you're living in Spain. Even though Spain is a great place to live, probably you're
Spain
living.
is a
there-
vibe, fam.
You're
You gotta
living
go.
there for the rest of your life.
Also-
What if you want to live in
You gotta
like
go.
That's a trip
Canada?
I
What if
have
you
Spain
want
is
to
a
live in like
fucking
Russia?
vibe,
Like,
bro.
it depends on
Yeah.
the player
Also
themselves
for
how they're
like
living their life.
Suarez's case, like he probably still lives in the same house. He just like it's like an extra hour, away.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
He
Yeah,
probably
and
still
I'm
links
sure he
Messi,
could.
I know.
I'm
Definitely.
sure he could afford the 1 hour flight, like from
Mhm.
Barcelona to Atletico every day for practice or every day.
Flights?
Imagine
You
Messi
don't-
went to
of course he
Atletico.
flies. It's probably like a 6-7 hour drive
Imagine if
to
Messi
go
just
from
went
Barcelona to
Atletico.
Madrid.
I don't think so.
Imagine if
is it?
Messi
It's
just
probably
went to
pretty decent, like
Atletico.
4 or 5, maybe like 3-4
Who's not gonna
hours.
do that?
I think you
Nah,
could take
never.
like a train.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. That would
Isn't,
make
like,
sense.
Wouldn't like Barca and
The team flies everywhere when they go to games.
oh,
Yeah,
damn.
they do.
Yeah.
yeah.
When they go to Madrid for the derby, they fly there.
And then they take the bus. from
And then
the
they take the
airport,
bus from the
yeah.
airport. to
Going
the-
back to what
Okay,
you
okay.
said earlier, so you're asking about like the super teams, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious
And I
about.
want to
Good-
I want to say that like I personally don't think it's too bad to a certain extent. Like obviously like sports isn't just about the sport, it's about the rivalry, it's about the underdogs, you know, because obviously the sport would be boring as fuck if you're just watching like same team win every year, then nobody's gonna fucking care, you know what I mean?
But that's kind of what the NBA is right now, which is why I don't like it, you know, which is why I'm starting not to like it.
Yeah, and it's starting to make me like fall out of love with sports a lot because of that. For example, you know what I mean? Like
seeing the one team go
seeing
off.
the one team, or like it's not even just the one team, it's like seeing the kind of like best players in the league sort of like monopolize the league themselves, you know what I mean? They know where all the good players are. I'm gonna go to this team, so then
the Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, I don't watch the Super Bowl because it's not interesting to me. Like
it's like 4th ring.
I was actually thinking about that.
7, really?
That's crazy.
How do you
People watch it every year. They're like, I wonder who's gonna win. Yeah, bro. I wonder who's gonna win.
But even because I heard, I'm not a huge football guy too, so I don't know all my facts about it. But like what I heard is that when
that's wrong.
So Tom Brady,
that's wrong.
You don't know
oh,
your stuff.
All right, I'm just gonna go sit in the corner for now and not talk.
We play football.
No, but like apparently when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay or whatever, he called a whole bunch of like really good NFL players, like Gronkowski, for example, and told them to come back to play for him and play with Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? And like kind of formed a super team within a year or 2 years there. You know, so it's kind of like it's some bullshit.
But the flip side to it that I'd argue back is that you don't like Mauri said earlier, you want to win. You know what I mean? So you have to look at the players' perspectives. Like they obviously want to win. They're trying to get the best team together. They want that ring. They want to make the best out of their time.
Right, someone calls you like, "Yo, come for next ring." I'm on
that. Like, I'm on that. Yeah, nah, bro.
No,
I gotta stay with this, so then it's a fair fight.
Nah, I'm retired.
I understand.
KD, yo, you just goes off it. You know,
the only difference
so it works.
is like there's a Messi and a Ronaldo, and they are strict rivals.
And I like that.
They've never really crossed paths like that. They've never been on.
Because like imagine like there's an argument to say that they wouldn't work on the same team, but imagine say they were on the same team and they worked together. They just like destroy every team in the league. So like, what's the point of watching?
I think the attack would actually be too much. Like I think like it would just be insane.
It'd be perfect
because like Messi needs someone that can keep up with the pace, take a touch on the passes, and will finish everything that he gives them. And like I think Ronaldo could do all of those in a heartbeat.
I'm just curious to see if their egos would be able to like if they'd both be able to check their egos at the door. You know what I mean?
Work. Sometimes
well, I just think
they'll
expect more out of each other than anyone else on the pitch. Like if they fuck up a pass, it's gonna mean more than if like their midfielder fucked up.
But that's what happens when you have the super teams. Is like their egos usually clash, and like that's like sometimes adds to.
It's like in a band, bro. Yeah. If someone starts like one person in the band starts popping, and like the social media is loving them, and like everybody's saying, "Oh, this person's the face of the band," someone else in the band can get cheesed, and like the egos will cause them to like break up and shit like that. That probably happens all the fucking time.
Yes, sir. Yes, 100%.
sir.
Probably happens like in everything too. You see it in music, like in music groups. You know what I mean? Example probably like ASAP Rocky and Ferg are the ones that popped off. A man like Nas is probably cheese. You know what I mean? Unless
he still does his thing though.
He does his thing, but like seeing your other like teammates or like other guys like shining, it probably gets people like envious. You know what I mean? And that makes them wanna,
I feel you.
Tear you down personally, probably. You know what I mean?
Cause like I don't know. It just depends how
affected you like personally. Huh?
Fuck.
It's kind of like how people. It just depends how your team is. I feel like ASAP never took it like that. I don't know them, but like,
no, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, but like I just feel like, for example, that's what I'm continuing your example. Like I don't think anybody on ASAP would be like, "Fuck Rocky, he's the most famous." Like you know, they're probably just like, "Cool," you know, they're still rich at the end of the day.
Good for us.
Still doing what they want to do, type of shit.
No, but it probably happens like how you guys said with Neymar too. Like Neymar was probably getting like overshined at Barca. Is probably why he left. You know what I mean? Because Messi was just known as the Barca guy that was the best in the world. You know what I mean? And Neymar probably wanted to be the best in the world at his own thing. So.
Well, yeah, he literally. That's exactly why he left.
You know what I mean? It happens. Like
was tired of the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense though. It was probably like annoying. That's a big ass shadow.
Yeah,
the biggest shadow.
Even though Messi's like this tall, bro, man casts like a shadow that tall.
I mean, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
6'6".
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, when somebody makes like a hard bar in the track, just like
with the fucking Italian hand. You're fucking ugly, bro.
These guys just slaying.
Yo, I got something for y'all, bro. I was talking this week. It was with my pops, and he happened to say something. And it took me back. I was just like I didn't know what the fuck he meant. I forget what the fuck we were talking about.
What are you talking about, bro?
But he said something.
Me and my pops were talking, but I completely forgot what we
No,
were
like
talking
I just
about.
remember. I remember what he mentioned, and we spoke about it for a little bit, but I just forget how he got there. But he just said something about we're not the one of the families that run the world or whatever. And I was confused. I was like, "What do you mean?" So he just started to say how like he's like I saw something, but like a while back, and he started to explain how apparently there's these families that are like have lived through generations, like their name isn't passed down, and they essentially own the entire world. Like they're really the ones that
How
control
many conspiracy
everything.
theories have you guys been
Yo,
watching
hold on.
YouTube?
No. There's
No,
some
wait,
validity.
listen.
There's some
Have
validity
you
to this.
ever heard of the Illuminati families?
Are you okay?
The Illuminati. I looked
It
into it.
scares him, so it's hard for him to like let it out.
I can't even say
Bro,
it.
they're
Yo,
gonna kill you now. They're gonna kill you.
I don't know if this
But,
is one of the names, but I know the Rothschilds.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah,
Rothschilds
I
is
was
one
gonna
of them.
get
Can you
there.
guys
So,
explain to me? Because I have no
yeah,
idea.
I'm
what
gonna
you're
let
Alright,
Esty
bro.
go.
So they're called the Illuminati families apparently, and there's 13 of them. I thought there would be like 7, but fucking 13. It's fucking bare. So there's like a bunch, like the Rothschild, that they openly own things, and they have like money and a bunch of things. Like it started off with they're just a banking family, and all the sons started to own different banks around the fucking world. And then like now they just own a bunch of different shit because their descendants have money, and like some people are into mining, agriculture, commerce. Like they're all over the world doing shit like that. And then there's other families which are fucking sketchy as shit.
Wait. So they're just like rich people that are like.
But they own like everything, bro. Like they own like
They own,
oil
like,
trade.
they own, like, majority of the
agriculture.
banks in the world,
So like,
like,
and
you
like
know?
essentially the theory is that they own 99% of the wealth on Earth, and we're all fighting for the 1% that is the world economy, and they own everything. Like they're saying that they control government, political parties. They decide when terrorist attack happens.
So wait,
They decide. They control
Where
population
does
with like
Jay-Z come in?
AIDS, with like coronavirus. Like they control everything. Apparently, that's the whole conspiracy. So like, there's these one family that is hidden in wealth called the Collins bloodline, and they
Okay.
just own money through exchanging money, like between rich people. Like their fucking sons and like descendants are insurance brokers, mortgage brokers,
So they're finance
bankers.
people,
So
sort of
they're
thing,
just
yeah.
hidden within money. But like they're this bloodline that are continually growing more money throughout time, and they own like all these exchange banks or whatever and shit like that. So that shit is terrifying if it's fucking
That
real.
sounds fucked, but like man's not like must not know I got dollars. Like what are you talking about? 1%, yo.
Nah, that's fucked. That's like, especially
That is kind of fucked.
especially the fact that it's 1%, but it's still a lot. So I'm just wondering how much they have.
Well, I'd assume a lot.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
that's-
at a certain point, though, money is like you have so much money that there's nothing you can't own or buy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's just
But
like
to,
there,
to
you know?
own everything for like all of fucking like some of these families date back to like Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Like these families are old, bro. So, like,
they're just
they've-
They've
smart.
just
they've
inherited
ran-
the
They're
family
smart.
the family money in the business,
and then continue to do smart things with it.
But like if there's 13 families that run everything, there's no point of having a prime minister then. Like that's just a figurehead. Doesn't control shit. Like one of the Rothschilds even said some shit about the royal family in England. Like sure, there's just a figurehead that's there, but I own the money supply that they need to use. So like, he said that way back. So it's like sure,
This
they
makes
exist.
a lot of sense, but it's very like disheartening knowing that whatever I do is not gonna matter because these guys.
That's
own
why
everything.
though. It's like what the fuck? It's like
I'm just like I
That's
just gotta
why
chill
it's
there.
terrifying.
You
That
can't
is
just,
fucked.
can't just
And,
blame
like-
me like 1%.
Yo,
and
Yo,
you
we
don't,
are trying to
you
get a
don't
new
know.
camera,
Like, I don't know
right?
any. Like this is just what I read up on like a couple pages. So like you don't. I don't know anything really.
Yo, you know what we should do? We got to take the money back, all right? Let's start a revolution. That's what screw culture is going to
Bitcoin.
become, all right? We're going to start a revolution. We're going to get all the people together.
Okay, great.
And we're going to
Announce
go.
that to the world so that the 99% can shut us down.
Yeah,
Fucking immediate.
Guys,
A lie?
if this is the last you hear of us, go after the. What
I'm
family?
onto something.
The,
all of them.
All of
Colin
them.
family? All
the
of these
the
dudes.
DuPonts,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yo,
Rockefellers.
Yo, this guy's giving out
The-
gubbies, bro.
A
This
lie?
guy's
I
out
see-
here.
the
I see
fucking
it snitching,
Rothschilds,
bro.
If I ever meet a Rothschild, I'm catching that fade. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, yo, you want to be friends, yo?
How you own 99% of the way? You don't give me 1%. What the fuck? That's bullshit. Nah, but what do you think? True or untrue?
I think you've been watching a little too much like YouTube late at night in the conspiracy theory section.
Bro, why it just
But
Yo, Esty said that, but he started crying, bro. It made me start laughing still.
it makes too much sense, and there's too much that exists.
it does make sense because it's an
Uh,
obvious thing that like rich people monopolize the world and like they have complete control and like
But yo,
the
like-
prime ministers and the presidents would be figureheads,
At
but
least they're helping the community.
Are
and
they?
they're doing something. There's like guidelines for us. Without them, there's probably like no guidelines.
Okay, so then what's a Elon Musk to one of these dudes then?
Like that's exactly it. He's like
He's one of them.
he's like a Trudeau probably. He's probably just a figurehead that is relying on. They believe it's what's crazy is that we don't know.
So wait,
that we're being
wait. So
controlled
do you
to this extent. Like
you are spitting some next shit?
Like
So
Elon,
wait.
like
Let me
Elon,
take it back.
Elon probably
So do you
doesn't
think it's like
even know. Like he's probably being shut down for some things, being okayed for some things, but he doesn't know who's saying okay. Maybe.
fam? What do you think? They're in his DMs. They're like, nah, don't launch that rocket. Launch this rocket.
Yeah, I figured out how to travel space. Nah.
Nah.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Yeah?
Do that.
But yeah,
You don't wanna
that
do
goes
that.
back to the conspiracy of fucking cancer. How there's a cure, but it's not good for like for money
For
for
business.
for like hospitals and pharmacy or whatever.
So that's
Mhm.
like the whole
So, like
pharmaceutical.
those are like people. Someone
industry
that
in general,
was
yeah.
to own that. You know, they're not gonna want a cure.
They want to make money off it. Yeah.
So that shit was terrifying. Just like
That
I
sounds
never,
scary, bro.
I never
Why do
heard
you
it.
have to
I
do
never
that
heard
for
it.
the vibes right now.
I never heard it before, and I never thought about it ever. So when my dad brought it up, I had to like look into it a little
Do
bit.
some
and see what
Googles,
you
eh?
guys- see what you
Your
guys gotta
dad
say,
brought this
so.
up to you?
Yeah,
What? Like
because
he just
we
got
were just
knowledge on
having a
this?
conversation about something that like we're just talking about how something fucked that was happening with the world, and then he's just like, yeah, we're not one of the families that can like
You're
control.
like, what do you mean we're not?
and
one
I
of
was
the
like, I was
families?"
like, you
I can do what I want.
talking at your ass, bro. What you talking about?
Shut up, yo.
And then he just started explaining, and I'm like, I was just.
Esty was just like sitting back. He's like,
It was like story time all over again, bro. I was fucking freaking out. But yo, there's just bare these, and you know what's crazy?
wait, all right, wait. Is Fraser one of them? Am I gonna?
Nah.
Fuck.
Yo, imagine if like your last name came up there. You're like, what the fuck? You go home, go talk to your fam.
Your dad was like, I brought it up to tell you, you ain't even getting the 1%. You're part of the family, bro.
Nah, I'm just telling you though, if one of your last names around here, like I would have kidnapped you. I have one of them.
You better
Yo, give me
3%.
2% equity. Give me 2% equity in the world economy.
Well, I don't know, bro. Just saying, if I disappear,
They got him.
I was onto some shit, bro.
Alright, so this sort of goes along with like conspiracy theories and shit like that. Did you guys see that in Boruto?
Bro, what? Yo, only on this podcast, man. Only
Right,
on this
right.
podcast,
Yo,
man.
It's a
Holy fuck.
conspiracy
Well,
theory.
okay,
It's
let's-
fan-made, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, I
okay.
thought Melody was about to say some real shit.
Yeah, I thought he was about to spit some bars.
Yo,
bro.
you guys can't see on camera, but Melody like sat up in his chair, grabbed his mic. Like I thought he was about to start spitting.
Dude, you just said I'm a he, now they know.
Fuck.
Anyways, what were you
Nah,
saying?
they cannot assume.
Kuruma just died.
Oh, so you're just gonna spoil all of Naruto Boruto for everybody, huh?
you watch
Just
it?
like that?
Who the
I
fuck
didn't. I
cares,
saw
bro?
what happened, but
I don't give
That
a
shit is
Do
fuck.
you
heartbreaking.
care?
Though.
no, because it's Boruto's fan fiction.
Yeah,
Why would I
so-
care about?
So the
fan?
Nine-Tailed Fox just
work.
died.
Huh?
Yeah,
The
that's
Nine-Tailed Fox
kind
just
of
died.
cool though. Essentially, like that's the one thing I heard from Boruto, and I was like, wow, I never saw that coming.
I saw it coming. Kind of.
I saw
but,
like him, I saw like Naruto dying. I didn't think
Okay,
ever.
but if Naruto dies, Kuruma dies.
Of course, but like I
So
thought, I
then-
always assumed that he would die together. Not like he would save Naruto and the fucking world,
Mm,
and then
okay,
just
okay.
like be
No,
like,
if
yeah, peace.
Naruto dies, Kuruma would live, no?
Oh yeah, they would
He
have
would
to
get
seal it.
they'd have to seal
it.
him in something else, wouldn't they?
I don't
Go,
know.
go,
I just
fuck.
work here, bro.
They never really explained that
This
in
nigga got
Naruto
the
lore.
answers.
If
I got
the,
the answers,
the
Sway.
Jinchuriki
turtle
dies.
person died, and that's why Rin got it.
The
Wow, you guys do
Jinchuriki
not watch-
reanimates.
What are you
as
talking
a-
about?
You guys do not watch Naruto or something?
What are you talking about?
The turtle, the two tails,
Okay.
three tails, turtle.
Okay.
The first one was the Kage.
Okay.
It was like the little boy.
Okay.
Lakatsu killed him. Then they transferred the
Into
turtle
Rin.
into Rin.
Yeah, but somebody had to transfer the turtle, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying it was
Was it
alive.
after he died or before he died?
The turtle lives.
Oh, okay.
Like they take, it's like when Gara they took the fucking turtle, not the turtle, the.
Okay, what I'm
What
saying.
the fuck was Gara's thing?
Why are you looking at me? Don't you
Melody,
guys watch Naruto?
Melody,
what
Melody,
was Gara's
Melody.
thing? I
What-
forget though.
Hold on. What
It
I'm
was
what I'm
like
trying
a
to say,
sand-
It was
Melody.
like
What
a
I'm trying to say to you though,
tweaker.
Melody, if you're a Jinchuriki, right, and you died, if
Oh,
you
shit.
died,
Uh-huh.
okay,
Why are
and
you
nobody,
putting that energy in the
That's
air,
true.
dude?
yo, you died,
Not
and
the
nobody
one.
transferred
Heroes
the
never
Jinchuriki.
die.
If nobody transferred the Jinchuriki, the
Dewlap.
thing,
What?
if nobody transferred the thing from you into another person, like the monster or whatever, then
It's just
doesn't
a
it
wild
die with you?
animal.
Doesn't it die with you?
It's just a wild animal.
That's what I'm saying. No, what do you?
It's just a slithery snake.
It's a little thicky thing.
No, it was wild. Remember, it was in the water.
You're crazy. Okay.
Nah, the Boruto thing just killed me.
Yo, what does that have to do with conspiracy theories? I'm
It was
curious.
fan made, you know.
Kurama,
so
I
it's-
feel you.
Kurama conspiracy?
So wait,
They're
wait.
about to get you, bro. They're about to get you.
Who the fucking creator of Naruto is what they call?
Kishimoto about to slit your throat, bro.
when you
The
guys
Japanese army's about to walk through the fucking front door. Kick the house out and come get Esty.
I don't think they can have an army
Why?
anymore
Who?
after post World War II. They're not allowed.
Is that? I'm gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah,
Fact
bro.
check.
What? Where the hell do you read
Germany
that?
wasn't either, but then after fucking
Oh,
Germany
they're
has
just,
an army.
Oh, so they're just chilling. So if anybody wants to attack them, they're just fucked now.
some sort of, but they can't. They have like a cap.
They could only use like riot.
They have like a
shields.
cap. Like you can have this much
No, the same Modern Warfare
Yo.
2, bro.
Like
Oh,
you can
shit.
only have this much soldiers.
Okay.
this many planes.
Esty's actually not wrong. Esty's not wrong. Japan isn't legally allowed to have a military, but Japan does have one. But they're not legally allowed.
It's like
to.
I'm
home defense.
telling-
It's probably called like home defense or whatever.
Yeah, they probably call it some other shit.
So it's like if someone attacks them, they could defend.
Yeah.
But they can't attack shit.
But they won't really have like anything. Like they'll probably just have
Wow. that's
enough.
deep.
Yo, that's actually some
They don't have
craziness.
anything.
Like
Yeah, bro,
America
don't-
really
don't-
went. America
don't poke
really.
the bear with the stick, bro. Like our fucking our
I already
army
got
sucks.
the Rothschild fucking watching
Alright.
right.
Yo, this guy just wants all targets on his back.
Oh, what?
That's
I
some
have to make that my
craziness.
fucking name. Just rock that name for some other.
Change your
one of
name,
you.
bro.
That's
Yes,
the
you
Rothschild.
just
Yeah,
gotta
just
convince
e-transfer me the money, yo.
Oh, grandpops. Give me some money. Fuck.
You guys don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen?
I'm not caught up right now.
Nah, you're playing.
Why? What's going on?
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
That shit was amazing.
They do everything right.
You don't
Like,
watch it
it's
either,
just-
right?
Jujutsu
he doesn't watch
Kaisen. No, which is the one you told me to
Sorcery
watch? Which one you told me to watch? Was it
How do
Jujutsu
you not
Kaisen?
know what shows you're watching?
No, Melody told me to watch a show. I don't remember. if
So
she
you're
was-
not
Oh
watching
no,
it,
though?
high school. What's the
God of High School.
God of High School? There you go. That's what I
Ah.
watched. No, I haven't watched
Oh,
Jujutsu
you-
Kaisen.
did
yet.
you
I thought it
finish
was the
God of
same
High
one.
School?
Yeah, I did. It was
Fire.
fire. Yeah, it was fire.
Wow. The hand
It
to
was
hand.
pretty. Huh?
The hand to hand is crazy.
The hand was crazy. The choreography.
Mm.
I
Jin,
fuck with it.
Mori, original.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second
shit's
season.
fire.
They're
You know-
making another season,
You know
right?
what's crazy? We started talking about God of High School like the first episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And then look at you now, bro.
yeah,
Only
yeah. It only took me
13
14 episodes and a year to get it done, but I did it
It's okay. I'm
to
still
get
not there,
13
bro.
episodes done.
Alex doesn't watch anime like that. anymore.
Nah, I haven't been watching a lot lately. To be honest, yo, the only thing I've been watching, bro, Attack on Titan, man.
That's why it's behind you.
This
Edit,
guy's a
edit,
fiend.
edit.
How many
2
times have you
episodes
watched it
behind.
over?
I'm today's episode.
So how many times
behind
you watched it
and
over?
last
I don't
week.
watch it over. I'm just like
You're a
caught up.
fiend, man.
Not.
Why is this guy just
Is
going
I'm
in
caught
on?
up?
Huh?
I'm caught up.
You're
Nah,
a
every-
fucking waste.
No,
man,
because
dude.
every podcast for the last 5 episodes, yo guys, I'm just watching Attack on Titan. Right now.
Yeah, bro,
I'm
it's
just
like
watching
I'm
Attack on
not
Titan.
really caught up too much on that.
just
many
watching Attack
animes
on
right
Titan
now,
and
so,
going
like,
through it, dude.
Yeah. No, I am going through it. But, yo, the new
What
season's
the
like
fuck?
it's really good, but like they're low key cheesing me with it. Like they're doing everything so well, but you can obviously tell that it's being like rushed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Of
like
course. It's gonna be 24 episodes, bro.
is it?
Yeah, 100%.
That's cheesing me.
What's
like,
it at
it's-
now? Like, how many episodes?
What's it at right now?
9?
I don't even know. Yeah, maybe 9.
Oh, so it's
something like
pretty early then still.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
But like a lot has
14
happened because
episodes
they're
to
like
end the series,
they're just
though?
throwing so much shit into every episode that like that's why I mean you
It's
could
too
tell-
much shit.
Yeah,
They're yeah. I
That's
feel
where
that.
they're
there's
like
no
sneaking in
action
a scene
recently.
here that like they could have extended. They could have put somewhere else. Like
Yeah, and
I
I
feel-
heard that they left out some scenes. Like they explain Levi and Mikasa, her like their bloodline
yeah
in the manga, but they just left that whole part out. Maybe they're
they
saving
just
it for,
touch
like,
on it. They
another-
just touch on it.
Yeah,
like,
it
a
could
little
be
bit.
longer than 24
But don't-
episodes, maybe.
oh, no,
Maybe
they
I'm
don't do
wrong.
that
I hope
anyways,
they said
right?
it's gonna be like one season. One season usually
like-
the
it's
cap is like
usually-
25 episodes.
And there's no
that's
way
it.
it's gonna be 12. It's already on like 9.
Yeah, it's not gonna be 12.
Imagine
Mm.
two more episodes. They fucking
It's
Aaron
done.
just killed everyone.
Yeah, 'cause the manga's about to be over. That's why.
Yeah, but
Really?
it's
So
different.
it's about to catch up. You get.
Yeah.
so-
But like
So you're gonna get filler for the next 5 episodes.
no,
is
no,
what
no,
you're
no,
saying.
no, they wouldn't do that.
No,
They
it's like way ahead, enough for like episodes to be created.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
no,
I
but
see.
like it's really good, and I would give it like a 9 or 10 out of 10. The only thing is like that you notice that it's being rushed, and that cheeses me because like Attack on Titan is held to like such a high standard. Like it's so mainstream. It's for like good reason. It's so good, and now they're just kind of like. They're just like finishing it off kind of quick. It's kind of cheesing me, but like it's really good. I still enjoy every episode every week. Like I get amped to watch it. I count down the days.
It's just
still.
some shit that I'm looking forward to understanding. So like,
Yeah,
the waiting is just.
I'm guessing.
obviously sucks.
because there's so much they have to explain still.
Guessing none of you watch The Promised Neverland season 2.
I'm not caught up yet. Still.
You haven't watched season 1?
Wait, you haven't finished the
Season
first
2.
season?
No, I'm caught up in season 1. I
Oh.
finished season 1. Nah, season 2 is out. Like, there's a couple episodes. Maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
4.
There's like
Heard.
there's
Yeah.
like 6, I think.
Yeah.
Through the grapevine, that
What did the grapevine tell you?
I think I know what you're about to say.
the series decided to go anime original.
What do you mean by
So
that?
Crunchyroll? Like Crunchyroll anime?
Oh, it's
Crunchyroll
not-
doesn't run it.
It's not
Oh.
according to the manga?
It's not gonna follow the manga. They're gonna do what they want.
Oh shit, that is interesting. I kind of like when they do that in a sense because it gives you like an alternate ending. So if you really enjoy how the manga's going, you could finish the manga.
Yeah, but it sucks
Or
for
it's like-
manga non-readers, you know.
Yeah, it does. It does. But like it is cool if you consume both of the medias, you know what I mean? You could get that cuz if you don't like how it
Extra.
ended one way, like it'll go another way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
But
interesting.
so far, it's
It has to
cool.
be.
It's also happening fast,
yeah?
just like Attack on Titan, though. But
I hope they use Phil, right? Like at least something cool, cause I'm expecting a lot from him, just cause of how he finished the first season.
I can't say much because you guys don't want.
Yeah,
No, I know what happens in the first couple
just
episodes,
cause,
to be
just
honest.
cause, like he had not a big part, but he understood too much and like made a little bit of an.
They left an
impact.
imprint where like they have to use him in the future,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
I was like, I need to see some. That's
Mhm.
what I thought Konohama would be, but like I don't know what the fuck they did with him. Like he just has a
Bro,
scarf.
that made no sense. Like it
Well, like I thought Konohama,
Yo,
they threw
Kakashi
him in.
And Konohama.
They
are
threw
freaking-
they threw him in, and like in the beginning, so I expected to see in Boruto or in the future him being older, like a sick ass character.
yeah, but like
And then
no,
it
he was
just
sick.
ass.
You remember the one fight he had? I don't remember who it was against. It was the monster looking
Who's
dude.
Pain?
Was it
Was it?
Pain?
You're a sang on that bitch.
No, when he did like the kick and he put the kunai through his face.
Oh, Jugo.
Yeah, he fought Jugo. Like that was
in
a sick fight.
Boruto.
Yeah, in Boruto. But
I
like
didn't see that.
it was sick. But like
Jugo still fucking beefing with people.
Yeah, he
that
just
was
went,
early.
like,
It was early.
He raged.
Yeah, he had like a little pop off. Man got
He was
cheese.
listening to Travis Scott, you know.
Yeah.
Now he's listening to Kurt. Ever since my brother died. Bro, I'm a sad.
Copyright. Chill, man.
Yeah,
definitely
we
sound
sound
like Cardi
we
B,
sound
yeah.
way too similar. Fuck.
Yo, Whole Lotta Red, hot take. Whole Lotta Red, greatest album of the 21st century.
Wha-
Damn,
You're
that's
fucking-
crazy,
Ever
yeah.
since my brother died.
Are you like?
I'm
like-
outside.
You sound like you're in between crying.
That's how Cardi sounds. What do you mean?
He's going through it.
Yep.
That's how your
Yep.
girl sounds.
Whoa.
Well, wow.
I thought.
Wow.
I
Yo,
didn't try to stop saying.
I mean, this
like
this is
that.
gonna be the weirdest segue ever, but this something else I was thinking about recently. I wanted to talk to you guys. I was curious how you feel about it, cause like, and I feel like this is something you guys are all going through in your own lives, and like I know the audience can
Spit it
relate.
out already.
Yeah, sorry, but like, so I'm learning how to like, for lack of a better term, like reinvent myself in the sense of like now I'm getting into game design, right? So like, whereas I played soccer my whole life, I wasn't really creative, like artistically in that sense, right? So now I'm like going through the ups and downs and the struggles of like learning how to reinvent myself or like refocus or be creative in a different way or work hard in a different way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just curious if you guys have any, like, if you guys can relate to those experiences, and if you guys have any like moments where you felt like you were going through tough times trying to or if you guys felt like you had to reinvent yourself in your lives and what you wanted to do. Like at some point maybe you wanted to be this, and now you're like going through the process of reinventing yourself to be this
I
now.
got two
you know?
things.
So I'm curious, like, if you guys went through that
Yeah,
process.
I got
Yeah.
two things. One, I don't know what that had to do with me making a your girl joke.
It didn't. It didn't. But
On
I was
that
thinking
topic.
about it. I was thinking about it, and then anyways.
Anyways, yeah, I have. And I think a lot of people do. Like it's sort of a rebrand or like realigning yourself, and like it's important, you know. Like I've gone through it, you know. Like man used to roast me before. I used to be like Tailaggy Sniper when I used to play like on PS3 and stuff. Now
You're
now-
still a fucking Talagi sniper though,
I
just
am.
on the PC.
I am. No, I'm like Screwface Fraser, you know. Like
Yeah.
people call me.
I'm sorry, dude. You fucking said that so funny.
No, but like you have to go through like a sort of
Screwface.
Screwface.
Tough Fraser.
Also, because I also want to add on to this question as well. Once I go through you guys, like what you feel like you guys been through.
Whoa.
But anyways, pause. Y'all always gotta
Okay.
make shit so sus, man.
Just don't
Especially
say-
Melody,
Don't
man.
say some stupid
I
shit.
know,
yo.
like.
Y'all are wildin'. Anyways,
hell,
continue.
dude? I
Continue.
would never.
I would say that like I've gone through a point like that. Especially lately. So for the viewers that don't know, my dad passed away like let's say like a year or something ago, and it made me kind of take a step back and like think about things like where I am in my life what I'm working on, like where my brand was, all this kind of stuff, right? And he kind of influenced like where I'm going with my brand now, right? And it made me kind of realign, you know. It set me on the right path. I thought about like, well, life is so short, this and that, like I don't want to die unhappy and all this. So it made me like readjust and think like, what do I actually care about? What do I actually want to spend my time doing, right? And so I've tried to like readjust and work on that stuff. Now I'm doing the stuff that makes me happy. I saw a tweet the other day where somebody said that like life comes full circle from when you're a kid. Like when you're a kid, you do the things that you like, and when you go through your teenage years, people like either bully you or like they
Introduce you to other things.
Introduce you to other things and make you like sort of like misguide you on what you actually liked, and you come
tunnel
full
vision.
circle when you become an adult into realizing like what you actually like doing, and you sort of get back to that, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, where I'm trying to bring this back is, for me, I used to play games all the time. I used to draw as a kid, but I never took it serious, right? When I was going through all this stuff with my dad, it like made me sit back and think like, oh well, what do I want to do? Like, what did I love as a kid? What do I actually brings me joy? Oh, playing video games, like drawing, like creating, all that kind of stuff, like working and like talking with my friends. So now I introduce that into my brand, you know, like now I stream on Twitch, I play video games, I draw, I animate on Twitch. Shout out twitch.tv/Screwface Fraser.
Screwface? Screwface Fraser?
Screwface Fraser?
Tef, Screwface.
Yeah,
Fraser.
come check out my stream. But
Unsubscribe.
stuff like that, like making this kind of content, you know what I mean? Like all of that, it just kind of like made me realign. I don't know. That's what I'd say. At least for me, like I remember when my dad passed, it sort of made me think about that. I don't know for you guys.
I remember taking that in, seeing the change. Like I noticed during that time when everything was fresh, the
So did I.
impulse, like
So did I.
the impulse to, I gotta get going.
Yeah,
really-
you definitely think that. Like when you see somebody like big in your life die, you obviously think like,
Yeah.
well,
Life is short
Life is
type of
short.
thing?
Yeah, you realize that kind of stuff because like you start thinking about regrets
See,
and all
you
that.
took it
Yeah.
in a really good way though. Like you
Thank you,
tried
thank
to embrace
Mhm.
like as much positively as you could, you know, and you kind of helped it like develop you into the guy you are today. So you know,
Yeah.
that's a really good thing to see.
That's
Oh,
always a
'cause
good thing to take
I
a
don't want to
negative
just like sit there and like cry all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
want to make it into something better. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
like I use that to inspire
to
me
give
on
you
what-
that push.
Exactly. It really did. It gave me a big push. You know, like and now I'm trying to work on this shit all day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm a firm believer of like I think Kanye said this in a song. He said like your the best thoughts are always beside the darkest, right? And I agree with that. Like at least for me, when I have like a traumatic experience or like a bad night or something, I think of like the craziest cool ideas the next day or like while I'm
Yeah.
dreaming that night or
I
something.
feel like that's like with living and learning, you know?
Yeah,
You just have to go with it.
yeah. So like that's how it was for me for when I went through all that stuff with my dad. Like I just like branched out to all
See,
this stuff
it's
that I'm
like-
doing now, you know?
It's like it's pretty cool because I remember I actually saw Tarantino talking about like his stories in the movies and stuff like that, and he was just talking about how he writes a story, and he was like kind of saying how everyone just thinks I come up with like these crazy ideas, but like my stories and my films are me.
Mhm.
Obviously, I exaggerate my stuff, and like no one is gonna know what is me, but like it's in there, and like it's real, and it came from a real place. That's why I was able to do it, and like
It's all
and I
original.
create it.
Yo.
So like that shit makes me think. I'm like, what? Like most of his movies are insane.
Yo,
so I'm just like,
What is this guy
To,
thinking?
to add to what you just said, I saw actually like the other day, I saw a Tarantino interview where he's talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
yeah.
and he's saying that there's actually one shot in the movie where he's the camera is like, I haven't seen the movie, but he said there's one shot. Yeah, so he said
yeah.
there's one shot in the movie where there's a kid driving with his dad or somebody driving with his dad,
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
camera is like on the car seat or around like where the window is, looking out the other window, and you see like advertisements in the background, like old
Yeah,
advertisements.
I think I remember this. I
Okay.
thought it was a cool scene.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie, but Tarantino said that this is a scene in the movie, and
Mhm.
he was saying the reason he put that shot in there was because when he was a kid, he would drive like that was at his eye level with his dad driving through like LA and stuff,
That's super
and like
interesting.
he would see those advertisements on the wall,
That's
so he
cool.
put those ones in the movie.
No, it was a
and
cool
stuff.
shot. I'm thinking about it now. Like,
Is it in the movie? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
If people know what I'm
No,
talking
it's
about,
like-
It's
Look,
cool. It's
that's
cool to
a
throw in.
weird
Yeah.
ass movie. I'm just letting you know that's a weird ass movie.
but yeah, I want to check it out. I
No,
heard
it's
I didn't get like it was in the background, so I didn't really get to focus on the story. Or
No,
what was
I was
happening.
focusing.
Background of
bro,
what?
It's just like crazy.
good weird or like bad, like just not a waste of time. Weird.
No, it's not a waste of time. I think like any Tarantino movie
It was
is
good?
like good and not a waste of time. But it is
Got
like
him.
it is like it's a Tarantino movie. It's fucking confusing until,
Yeah, it's a
until you
lot.
realize like
What's
the
happening
like
at the end.
hidden meaning
Yeah.
of the movie is.
I feel you.
Yeah.
What
Nah,
about
it's just
what about
cool.
you for you? What about USC? Because
Yo,
you kind of have a
it's-
similar thing where like
It's
you-
very
yeah.
difficult. It's very difficult. I would say, especially post high school. This is cool because I was actually asking. I had something similar that I was gonna ask.
Yeah?
You. So we're along this.
Yeah.
But post high school was hard, bro. I'm not gonna like. I thought I was trying to act like I had that shit figured out. Maybe even like lie. You could even try to lie
Everybody
to
can front like they
lie to
figured it out,
yourself for a
nobody else
little bit,
figured
but
it out.
like, yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. Not like I've been to 3 schools. I'm on my final one, pushing September, my last year.
you're
to,
a hoe, bro.
to get my
This guy's a school hoe.
But like I had to figure out what fit me, what made me more like what I felt like gave me value, what I like to do. That whole shit about wanting to wake up every day and be happy about what you're doing and stuff like that. So like that was the main focus for me. And I had to drop out for like just it didn't make me, even though it was hard, like that whole decision, even like trying to tell your parents like, yeah, I'm not fucking with this or whatever. It's just hard because like you're trying to like not get like maybe judged and shit. Or even when other people find out that you're moving schools, I'm like, yo, you have friends at these schools, so it's always a hard decision to do, and like,
It's like leaving and starting.
and I never wanted to make it seem like I was back and forth, or I just didn't know, or like that I wasn't going anywhere. And like, there's the people that understand, but there's also the people that kind of judge and shit like that. But like, you have to get to a point where you just don't care. Like, it's me. Why am I gonna not drop out just because someone else is gonna be like, oh, this guy doesn't know? But like, yeah, I didn't fucking know. So until I went to like Laurier and stuff, and I just started to learn like what I liked, and like obviously I haven't created a fucking feature film in the past before and stuff like that, but it's what I like. It's what inspires me to want to do that. So like it's like a transformation almost, and it's a little hard because like you might be worried about perception, you might be worried about like how you're treating like your day to day, like what you do, how like other people see you and stuff like that. But it's just like, you know, if it's that drive that you know that you like it and stuff, you kind of have to take it step by step and start adjusting yourself and getting yourself out of your comfort zone. And you know, like at the end of the day, you just gotta remember, like friends are friends, people that will see the progress and they'll like it, or if they don't, cool. But it's like your work, so it's like it's a hard adjustment. I found that too, like to kind of try to reinvent yourself and try to get people to not be okay with it, but kind of see like, oh, this person is changing or developing and stuff like that. But like, whatever you want to do and you got to chase it, essentially you just got to do it. So like
you just gotta hope that your friends will support you.
Yeah, and once you get to that point where you just like focusing on learning, whether you were good at it before, whether you want to be good at it, but you're just like on a plan to learn and get there, like, you know, that makes you happy essentially. That's why just fuck it, you know, you got to try doing whatever the fuck you can do.
So what about you, Dante?
So I think for me, like when it comes to like reinventing myself, like as you guys know, and I mean for the audience that might not know, like growing up my whole life, I wanted to be a soccer player, right? Like that was
really.
What position?
wow, yeah. For those of you who don't, I played every
Jesse
position
Lingard,
growing
you're
up.
basically there.
Don't do that. Don't disrespect me like that. No, I'm playing. No, I fuck with Jesse Lingard, but like in all seriousness, growing up my whole life, I wanted to be a soccer player, and then I kind of just. I fell out with it. 1, 2 is I started getting injured, and 3 I didn't have the drive for it anymore. I didn't have the love for it anymore. And then I went through like what you guys were talking about, where I had like that really hard transitional period of like, well then what comes next, you know? Because
kind of like allowing yourself to transition to.
Yeah, it's like almost like a mental barrier that you have to go,
yeah.
you have to get over, you know? And for me, it's just like it was like a few years where, like I said, like it was just really tough. I was trying out all kinds of different things. Like I thought about streaming for a while. I thought about doing art for a while. Like, but that just wasn't really me. You know, I did photography. Didn't resonate with me. I did photography. And like the one thing with me is like I'm extremely competitive. You know, like I love to be competitive. I want to win. Like I don't play the sport just to compete. I play to be at the top of the game, you know? And I've always felt that way since I was a little kid. So I always knew like whatever I wanted to get into I had to be able to have that kind of competitive drive. And for a while I even thought about like doing music, you know, because rap is really competitive, and I love the competitiveness in rap, you know, like the edginess that comes with it. Nah, I can't rap for shit.
No,
but yo, believe it, the reason why I thought about doing it was because my dad raps. Like my dad was a big rapper growing up, and he's actually like got like decently far from what I'm aware of in that industry or whatever. And my uncle raps, so I was like, fuck it, maybe it runs in my blood, you know? And I thought about doing it.
Yeah, did you ever get put, no one ever put you in a booth? What the heck?
Yo.
ScrewedUp.World.
Don't make me act up, yo. Don't make me fucking act up. Nah. But in all seriousness,
New York.
like while I was doing this,
How
right?
much time is Dante taking on the intro? Oh.
Saying I'm just going to steal all of Drake's whole discography. Making my own
I
album.
hope no one heard that.
I didn't see what you did there. I just got it. That was a banger. But no, you guys made me lose my train of thought, man. Fuck. But
You're about to spit.
but not but no, like as I was kind of going through that process, I realized like this whole time, and especially growing up, like I loved video games. I loved playing them. I love thinking about them and like making them, and like I always thought to myself that I could do this better, you know? But I never like
Try.
it's not even that. It's just like I never thought about making video
actually
games.
able
Like
to do
I was like, I just love playing them. I thought it was fun. I liked listening about the industry and like learning the ins and outs of it. But like I never, in my brain, it never occurred to me that like I could make these. You
That's
know?
what I meant when I was saying that like it's you come full circle in remembering sort of what you had a passion for.
Yeah,
You
your
know what I mean?
childhood,
You had
whatever.
to like you had to like realize, oh, I did have a passion for all this stuff. I didn't think I could take it serious, but then you realize like I can actually pursue it and like make this like a majority of my life. You know? So like I think that's maybe what it was for you, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what happened. And yeah, basically I just kind of started getting into it slowly, and then like trying to learn the new skills, because I'm basically starting from scratch when it comes to creating. Another thing that I realized too, which is really big for you guys and for the audience as well, is I was thinking about how like I feel like in this world, to like really make money, like to become really successful, you have to be creative. You know, like people that, and when I say that, I mean like multi-millionaire, billionaire, like these are people that are creators and create interesting things that have never existed before, things that they're making up out of thin air, whether it's an invention or whether it's a move, like a property, an IP. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like
And
whether you look at it as like art or like science, you know, like they're creating something out of nothing. So regardless, it's a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know.
And in my mind, like the way I look at things, like in the most simplest way to break it down is I feel like anybody could become a doctor if they put the work in. And I know that sounds like crazy, but it's true. Like if we all studied
That's
extremely
crazy,
hard,
bro.
no, but it's true. Like if we all studied extremely hard, we could all become doctors. We could all become lawyers. We could all be anything. But like nobody can make an IP. Nobody can create like how you can create, and that's what'll make you all the money, in my opinion.
My whole thing, like kind of allowing myself to think, like a pipe dream or whatever you want to call it was okay, I guess.
What's
like,
a pipe dream?
just like shooting high and like trying to see
Shoot for the stars.
You know, like
Pop
why not pursue? Even though like it's any type of industry like this is like it's difficult to try to make it in, because you know, it just like you were saying, it has to be something that kind of like a eureka, like it's something new, it's something fresh. You bring your own taste to it, and like you know, people enjoy it. Like people enjoy your art form, no matter how you look at it. It's coming from you. So like if you believe that you have that innate ability and then you work towards it, like why not just try for, like instead of just like saying okay, no, I can't do that and just not doing anything. Like it's kind of like letting yourself say, yeah, that's fine, I can try to shoot for the stars, and you have to be okay with how you're, you know,
Wherever it goes
unfolds.
after that.
I think
Yeah.
I think that the 4 years, or at least like that chapter, I'd say after high school, is very important to your development in that sense. Like at least for me. So like I took that time where I was trying out a bunch of different things, and like how you said it didn't work, like the rap and like the art and all this. I did stuff like that too, bro. No, I didn't try. I tried like researching like how to make beats and stuff, because I'm not a rapper, but like I was like, well, maybe
anything, try to learn.
Yeah, right. I was just trying to learn different like skills and everything, see what kind of like stuck with me, right? And I feel like that period is really helpful, so you kind of like do a bunch of trial and errors. For example, you did like, I'm gonna try this school, I'm gonna try this program. Oh, it didn't work, I'm gonna try something else. Even though it was a hard transition for you to keep trying something, I did the same. And like, okay, I'm gonna try and learn how to make beats, I'm gonna try and learn how to like animate, stuff like that, right? And whether you do it through school or through on your own, like you went through school, I didn't, we still sort of like come to the same conclusion of like you're still trying different things, seeing what stuck with you, and then you come back and you have that eureka moment of like, this is what I want to pursue for like the rest of my life, or like for now at least.
And like I took the steps also kind of like to, like especially with school, because like, you know, you don't have to, but I took it to allow me to as my like safety net. You know, it opens a lot of doors for me, like for like with just my field in particular, and for like what I want to do. And like there's other avenues, and there's the one that I want, and this one will help me chase the one that I want, but it also gives me like a safety net in other areas. That
this
like,
one now that you're pursuing,
like my degree and stuff like that. So like it allows me to like, because I think some of the greatest things were invented also by accident. So it's like we have our individual plans of what we see and what we like and what we want to do and everything. But a lot of things created by accident that turn out to be some of the greatest inventions were just because it was purely on accident. So you could just try something one day and like you're doing gaming, but say if you try something like just when it was a part of it, but it was something completely different.
Say you like design the character,
And then boom, like this guy's amazing at character design, and like that becomes your career,
That's
not
where your
gaming
thing
character
is.
design.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, you kind of never really know.
Mhm.
Like you choose, okay, I want to do this, but like you just kind of have to be okay with the journey and kind of just start it. That's like the hardest
I think
part.
that's like also with music, like when rappers say like this is my like, say for Drake, for example, like let's say if he says Take Care is his least favorite, like, and he's like, this one was okay, but this one is my favorite, and it was like a different time period, but a lot of people won't like agree with that. Like it's kind of like the same thing,
because he didn't dial into what he wanted at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Like, and that's why, to be honest, even though I, for the most part, know what direction I'm going in now and what I want to do, I still keep trying things because you still never know, right? Like, no matter how much I love what I'm doing now, there could be something that I'll gravitate to more. So that's why I'm always trying new things still. We have these conversations off camera, right? And the guys are always telling me you got to focus on one thing, right? But like I super agree with what you guys are saying, and I'm trying to learn from that. But like I'm still gonna keep trying different things and try and make different content or work on different things, because like one of those could say pop off, or one of those I could like a lot more than what I am doing now, even though I'm so happy where I'm at. You know, like lately I've been playing Valorant a lot more than usual, right? And like
Why is that?
I just got diamond, guys. It's not that good of an achievement.
Yo, Valorant is addictive, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
actually some
what I'm trying to
craziness.
say, so like I've been playing Valorant a lot,
So is
and
crack.
like I
So
might
it's like
start
crack.
making like a scrim team with some of my friends, because like obviously I'm not sick enough to be a professional, but like maybe
never
I
know.
might like doing it like that. You
You
never
never
know,
know.
you know what I mean? And I haven't been in that lane before, so it's like, why not try it? Because what if I just become a pro? What if like I become a content creator?
Phase
that, like,
Razor?
you know? Phaser Rather?
No, but
Hey, laggy Phaser Rather?
That's so
no, but on
ugly.
some real shit, like you're right, but I feel like that's a path that you gotta like he was saying, like with the mental barrier, the mental block in your head, you gotta kind of like try to lift that and be like, okay, like maybe I could try this, and then try to walk that path alone for yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if that's something that you think you could do, sorry, but if that's something you feel like you think you could do, then you should be like looking for other players that are also have the same mindset of you, because like in my opinion, those players are gonna make you better, you know,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
help you get to that next level.
And yeah, the process is very personal. Like breaking it's like very internalized. You can talk about it with people as much as you want, but it's like a I don't know, bro.
Everybody has
It's
their
a
own
very
journey to
mental.
it.
So it's like you gotta really like I how I kind of thought about it is like, how do I think? What do I think about? What kind of perspectives
This
do I
guy
have?
is deep in his
And
head.
like, how do like I'm like
That's deep.
I'm like, how do I do? Like, what do I want to do? Just keep that to myself, or is there a way that I want to portray how I think and like my perspectives on certain things, and like the creativity that I like to have, and that I usually flows throughout my head. I'm like, how can I display that instead of doing something where that gets tucked away? Because I feel like that like creativity and stuff like that isn't valued enough or pushed enough sometimes.
You know what I think it is? That
So I'm like, why wouldn't that be valid?
I think that like you got to remember that art is like up for criticism. You know, we're not just like doing a certain job that's like you do this, you make the money. You know what I mean? It's like we make, like, let's say a drawing, or we make a painting or something. That's for other people to put their value on it. I can't make the value of what it is, like other than myself. You know what I mean? It's up for criticism. So that's why some people's art might be undervalued and others might be like overshadowing it, is because like it's not up to you, it's up to everybody else. And like there's always like you can try and make what you like, but the majority of people might not like, you know what I mean?
It's pretty cool how something like Yeezys, like they're given a market price of $250, but they're given a value of almost $1,000 on like on resale. So that's pretty sick. If I was Kanye at first time hearing that, like that, what pair of Yeezy sold for a rack or something,
Outside of the
I would
hypebeast
feel
culture,
fucking
that
nice.
is like,
but like when it first started, you know what I mean? Like first time hearing like his shoe is reselling for $1,000 on other websites, like I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. That's the value from the people, which is
he
cool.
set his own value and they said no, it's worth
Like,
more than
which
that.
is which is cool to
Mhm.
get other people, but it's like essentially you do have to
But
feel like your own is just as valid, or
Mhm.
else like
to be
like,
fair
you
though,
have to be a little selfish sometimes.
sorry, but to be fair though, going off of what you guys are saying with the Kanye and the shoes thing,
Maybe
but
I'm
like,
wrong. I don't know about the.
like I agree with you, but what I would say too is like products are also valued based on their scarcity, right? So like the Yeezys were so valuable, especially like those original ones, like the Turtle Doves and the Pirate Blacks or whatever.
In my opinion, some of the most fire ones.
Yeah, the most fire ones, really, in my opinion too. Those ones are also the hardest to find. You know what I'm saying? Like now, the more recent ones, like the 500s and the 700s and stuff, those are like almost back down to, like, they're at resale prices. They're only maybe $100 or $200 more than the retail prices. You know, but there's also way more of those in production than there were of the original Turtle Doves, you know?
Because that's the
So
whole
that
like,
adds
supply and
to it
demand
as
thing.
well.
Like if there's
Supply and demand, yeah.
Yeah, like everybody wants, like they got the FOMO, you know, like fear of missing out on not having like that shoe. You know what I mean? Like if I don't have it, like it's gonna sell out and then I'm gonna miss out. So everybody wants it while it's like while it's scarce, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Going back to my original point, like I think it's so important for all of us, and everybody that's a creator out there. I feel like it's so important for all of us to become irreplaceable assets, you know? Because if you're, like I said, if you're just like a janitor or you're just a bartender or whatever, anybody could do my job, really. Like you get trained, anybody could learn how to do what you do. In my opinion.
All the janitors like
no,
that,
but you see what I'm saying? Like, but if you're creating something out of your head, then no matter what, you're irreplaceable.
But also, there's those people that take their job to the next level. For example, those airline people. You know, when they're like giving the direction of the seatbelts and stuff like that. You know, you could give simple like directions.
Put on your seatbelt,
you know? Or you could make it into like a rap or like one of the things that popped off like viral.
Yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean. Still,
So,
I
like,
mean, there are people that are better at their jobs than others, but it doesn't mean like your average person can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
And also, you're not like credited for that. Like you're not paid more for doing more. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that as well. But
and one thing that also stuck with me was like I went to a comedy show when I was a kid, and like someone in my, I don't know, I think it was like my cousin or something. Someone said something about like the comedians going up there and like some of them obviously not being funny and like saying that anybody could do that or whatever.
Wait, somebody said that anybody could be a comedian?
But like, so I think it was my dad, and he kind of stopped, and he was like, honest. So he's like, so good, then go up. He's like, go up and tell a funny joke. Like it's just kind of saying like,
I rate him for that. I rate him for that.
It's just like you can't really just say like look at someone else doing something and be like, oh, like anybody else could do that shit. Cause like, no, who's gonna sit there, take the time and do it? Who's gonna have the heart to go up and do it? Who's gonna come up with those ideas and stuff like that? You know. So I feel like a lot of times it is underappreciated, looked at like, oh, without value. But you know, I say like I think it's up to perspective. If you like that stuff, you like that stuff. I guess if you
a good example would be like now that like the music industry is very oversaturated. I know that a lot of people be like, yeah, well, like their shit's ass. Like a Playboy Cardi, yo, he's not hitting bars. Like I could do that. You know what I mean? Okay, so do it. So do it then. Why? Like obviously you want to be rich and famous, so do it. But
it's not as easy as it looks.
It's not as easy as it looks, bro. Like I know it's probably stupid. But like there's only one Playboy Cardi. There's only one like Drake. There's only one Kanye for a reason. Like yeah, it may be easy to say that looks easy looking at it from the outside, but if you like take a step into their shoes, like it's not so easy. Like all of the things in place to get there, like the process, it's all different. Everybody's journey is different.
Like,
I'm pretty sure Hove had on one of his songs, Hove had a line that like always hit with me, and he was like I'm paraphrasing because I don't know exactly what it was, but he was like, the labels always said they made me, so then go ahead and replace me. You know, you can't.
Like
there's only one Jay-Z. You can't replace him.
And I think
because he's a creative. There's nobody that's gonna be like him. Uzi says something like that too, right?
Yeah.
So it's
I think it's knowing that hard work exists kind of helps you to want to learn type of thing. You know, it kind of helps you to know that you have a lot of shit to do in order to get there. And like, there's like, so it's like that adds to that drive that like, oh shit, like it takes that much work. It's these people put in this much effort and it's this difficult. It doesn't come across like that easily. Like you don't find someone that has a crazy mind like all the time.
I feel like that could demotivate you though. At least for me, like when I know that I have a lot of shit to do, I don't want to fucking do it. I want to lie in bed and not do shit. You know what I mean? Like I know that a ton of stuff is going to be fun to do, or like it's going to be a great journey working on all of it. And I got a ton to do and learn, but like looking up to the top of the mountain, it's like, holy fuck, like where do I even start? You know what I mean?
Like one thing I was watching recently was it was a bunch of different film directors talking about how they used to watch like a lot. Like, I think the study of film was mostly watching other ones, like a bunch of them, and kind of criticizing them yourself. And like a lot of people were saying how they've done it in their own creative ways, just like with people or by themselves, where they try to reenact it or rewrite it, or just try to like see how they can learn from other stuff to kind of make it better and stuff like that. And then it was it cut to to Tarantino again, and he was like, yeah, after watching like a bunch of stuff and like learning from a bunch of stuff, like I kind of realized that a story is not when after like the first 25 minutes like you know the genre, you know what's gonna happen, and like you kind of know what to expect, how everything will be.
What do you mean?
Like he's like a story in a film is like when it starts to unfold throughout. Like it's not like in the first 20 minutes you know the entire film. Like a story, something that develops the entire time, and like you're not gonna know. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like that.
But that's a
That
Tarantino
is what it's
film,
the-
though,
but
no?
A good story, anyway.
But no, he's just saying that's just what a good story is. Like in
Nah.
any
To him, though.
to him.
though.
But I'm just saying, like, it's just like that's what he learned from like other people, seeing how hard other people told great stories in films. So like that
Mhm.
was his understanding, learning from other people. So it's like someone seeing the hard work, understanding what it was, and trying to do that themselves. So like that's
Oh,
essentially
good,
what
yeah.
we're trying to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
But I like showing the whole like process of it. Like I think it kind of inspires other people as well. Like just as you guys can tell, like our setup is not the most professional, and like we just created it one day out of nothing, right? Like obviously we put some money into it, but like
So-
I like
yeah.
showing other people that like you could just do it too. Like
Mm.
looking up to the top of the mountain or whatever. Like it's not as hard as you think. You know what I mean? You
It's
gotta
like
start somewhere. So like
One Amazon
Are you saying
Prime
that? Are
away.
you saying that we're on top of the mountain?
no.
We're on top of the game. Are we on top of the
Nah.
potting
We're
game?
camped
Yo
out.
guys, you gotta tell the pod game,
We're,
man.
we're camped out like a couple meters up. We're like, we're like camped out there somewhere. How the fuck do we get up there? That's what I'm saying.
We steady
Yo,
climbing,
so this that actually leads me into another question I have for you guys. When it comes to being a creator, right? And as we kind of go down our own paths and like get into our own stuff, how important do you feel like it is to like, for lack of a better term again, reinvent yourself in your field? So like, how do you feel like it is to shake things up? So if you're known
You
for a
lost
certain
me.
style,
Yeah, what
like
do
if
you
you're
mean?
known for a certain style or a certain type of thing, right? How often,
Shaky.
like when do you feel like do you
weird.
feel like you should shake it up and like do things differently? Like if you're known for action movies,
I mean, if you want
do you
to.
feel like you should turn around and make a horror movie? You know what I'm saying? If you're known for
Well, yeah, I think it's just
this,
up
should
to
you
you.
try to do
Yeah,
something
it's
different
up
like
to
that?
you. It's whether you want it enough, because obviously it's going to be hard to like change your whole like brand, your whole vision. If people are looking at you to be one thing and then you change it, obviously it's going to be hard. But it depends how much you want it. Like you could just keep pursuing it, and then people are going to change their.
I think if
You
you're
know.
really like about it, like go for
Well,
it.
Yeah.
I relate
Just
it.
like-
I relate it to athletes, right? So like the greatest athletes of all time are the ones that reinvented themselves. They're the ones that
How
came
so?
into the
Give me an
game.
example.
So for example, I'm a huge soccer fan. I'll use ball and soccer, right? So I'm a huge soccer fan. Messi comes into the game. He is known as the guy that out dribbles everybody, scores all these incredible goals. He
Mhm.
got to a point where he was getting older. He couldn't play like that anymore, obviously, because his body was, he's getting older.
Mhm.
So now he became like a pass maestro. He passes the ball along. He sits more deep. He catches the ball and just, assists a lot
lays
more.
it off. And
You know
gives
what
it
I
to
mean?
somebody,
And that's
you know?
kind of, he's like the playmaker now. Whereas before he
Uh-huh.
was more like the
I have a
finisher.
better example.
And
Key and Peele. He went from all his comedy skits.
Mhm.
yeah, if you want to
Key
get
and
into
Peele,
that, yeah.
And then he went to horror, and his horror is
yeah.
incredible.
And his horror is
And
incredible.
that was a jump of faith. Like if
That
it
is-
hit,
that
it
is
hit.
true.
If it didn't, it didn't. You know.
And how do you, he doesn't know how someone would like. Someone
And he-
probably expected something like lighthearted, and then boom, it was like
he,
deep.
serious.
He
and
had
yeah.
an idea, and he went for it like full throttle. And like
I think it depends on your situation though.
People
Like
loved
it depends like if you're comfortable enough to be able to make that jump, you know what I mean? Like or you can make a smooth transition. Like he could have like
But it's not like he
could have made a
didn't want
comedy,
to make
then
the
he could have
jump.
made like a romance, then getting more serious, and then making the horror, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
but
he just made a jump, right? It depends on where you are in your journey. You
I
know what
think
mean?
it's if you wanted, like if you already wanted to make that jump, like he probably wanted to have his foot in the door,
I think-
and he know like his comedy was good. He knew what kind of content he could make, and he probably liked it too.
I think it's the same as
But he-
like Esty's school. Like
Oh.
Esty didn't think like this school made him happy. Going forward. What was it? Policing.
Nah, Guelph was fun, but it was
But like just an example.
criminal
like
justice.
policing. You could enjoy it. You could.
Hold
go
on.
so
Sorry,
far.
one sec. Before you continue, both you guys call me ops all the time.
Yeah, we went through this.
And both you guys were in school for policing?
Criminal justice. I was
Same
gonna be
shit.
I was gonna be a lawyer.
Same shit. You're going to be a police lawyer, a cop lawyer.
How
Like
do you-
a lawyer for the ops.
No.
You were going to put criminals away. Yes or no?
Defendant. He killed 7 people, but he's innocent.
Yo,
be straight.
I'm
I
never
was-
trying to hear from either of you guys
I'm not-
again
I'm
that
a-
I'm an op
I'm
in
a
my
lay it straight
life.
for you, no, I was in police
What?
foundations to get into law. It was my transition. I never wanted to be a cop. I wanted to get into it so I could become like a
I don't
lawyer.
know. You
and
saw
get into it
21
like that.
Jump Street, and you were like, I want to be them.
But I was never an op like how you are now, talking to the police and shit. So
I don't talk to the police.
Flipping them messages.
I will show the video.
Okay. I had a conversation one time about. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yep,
About
there you go.
So-
About
About
what?
homie on the
At the
block?
beginning, no, on some real
He was
shit.
selling crack.
No, I was trying
This
to.
is home address.
I was trying to help out the homies because what happened was we went to go play
Wait,
footy.
I was trying to help him.
Hear me out.
Rehabilitate
Hear
him,
me
bro.
out. Hear me out.
Homies.
We went to go play
They lock
footy.
you up, bro. You finna get help.
We went to go play soccer, and then an op pulled up, and he's like, "Yo, you have to get on the field because like in the beginning of COVID, for some reason, they didn't want people to be active. So like they wouldn't let anybody outside on any of the fields. They wouldn't let anybody anywhere, right? So some op pulled up, and he was like, "Yo, you guys have to get off the field." So I was just talking to him like, "Yo, like why? Like you can't just leave us. You can't allow us. Like it's just
He
5 or
looked
6
at
of
you and
us."
he was like, "Informer number 1, how are you?"
A lie?
Dante was like, I gotta keep my cool. They're
Anyways,
watching.
So I'm trying to talk to the cop to see if
Dante.
like I'm trying to talk to the cop to convince him to see if he'll like allow us to stay on the field, and then I turn around and I just see these fucking idiots recording me out the side of their, like half driving away with the camera behind them out the whip, just recording me.
Hey, yo, all
I was like,
know
these
is
guys are waste man.
you were talking to the police.
Yeah, I saw a
Some
dap up there.
craziness.
I
Yeah.
saw a dap up too.
Anyways,
He's like, all right, bless.
I remember looking at. I was like, nah, I couldn't believe my eyes. There's no way. I look back, I see.
saying there was a
And
20
I
in
was
there.
Like
I
my
slapped.
heart.
For the audio listeners, Esty just hailed himself up.
Is that the noise that makes you heal yourself up?
And I just locked in. It was like slow motion.
Anime shit. Nah, but like I was saying, like the Key and Peele thing.
Holy.
The Key and Peele thing is like I feel like it's the same thing with Esty
Yeah.
jumping from one school to the other. It was like a leap of faith. Like he thought that was the right decision.
But
know?
those kind of decisions take your career to that next level. Like making
Exactly.
those types of leaps of faith. Like Peele, for example, wasn't as big as he was after or what's the movie came out? Inside or the movie about the black guy?
Frozen.
Get
What?
out.
Get Out. There you go. Sorry.
Inside Out.
Or us?
I was thinking. I was
Say that one,
thinking.
was
You
gonna
like
say that
Us?
one.
No, I haven't seen Us. But like he had
Recommend.
to make Get Out to like blow up. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So like
Yeah.
Did you watch
that's what I'm saying.
Us?
Do you guys feel
Huh?
like the creative process
watch
is important
Us?
for that?
No.
Really?
If
You
the-
guys know I'm not a
uh,
movie guy. I don't be watching movies on the
Wait, were
regs.
you asking Dante? If the
I was
creative
saying like,
process-
do you guys feel like as creatives, especially as you continue down your fields, do you feel like it's important for you guys as individuals to continue to shake up your stuff for your
always gotta
fans,
be
your audience?
evolving. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
instead of getting known for the same
I
thing
think
and
I
just
think
sticking
my
with it.
first step is finding my niche. Not my niche, but like first step is kind of
Finding that first stepping stone.
Finding the first
getting-
step before you
like,
think about the
kinda
second step.
establishing yourself,
Exactly.
and then boom, where can I go? What can I do? Like, how can I use this to do
I
this?
think
to
it's
do
just
this?
following your gut. You know, you'll just
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Instinct.
Yeah,
Instinct.
yeah. I don't know. Reason I ask is because like when I get into the gaming industry stuff, I don't just want to be known as like a guy that makes really good open world games or makes really good like story adventure games. You know, I want to keep people on their toes from whatever like our studio or my studio is doing. You know, so like I want to put out this like an open world like GTA type game, for example, and then completely flip the script and make like a sci-fi Star Wars, story mode, single player
I think
game,
that would
like
be
that
way
kind of
better,
stuff
though,
is.
because like I feel like you'd be limiting yourself if you just keep doing horror
The same
Yeah.
thing.
video
over and over.
games. You know, like
But-
how much jump scares are you gonna do until you're like, fuck, like this sci-fi film that I have like is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But you also gotta be prepared for how hard that is to
Yeah.
make a switch like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you would be if you're passionate about
Mm.
making that second part, that jump. Like I'm sure you would be aware, but like it's
Yeah.
just something like you gotta keep in
That's
mind.
why it's
you know?
just like
'Cause-
school. Like Esty wasn't making that jump if he didn't know like everyone supported him and his family
Yeah.
supported him and whatnot.
That was a tough conversation, but yeah.
But at least you're still going to school, you know. So they're
Ma, I'm changing schools again. Again?
Yeah, they thought it was fucked.
Yeah.
They thought it was fucked.
Too much of
That shit
Mary
was
Jane.
jokes. Like honestly, that's why at that time in my head I was just like, as long as you know you're good,
Yeah.
you just gotta try to show it.
No,
And
I
then-
knew. I remember when you told me like the couple times you were changing, you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm not really feeling." I was like, "Hey, like it happens." I remember like my journey was different, right? Like I knew it took me a minute to figure out my shit. So like it
should-
happens to all
We're
of us.
still going through it.
Yeah,
you know?
obviously.
Like,
It's
well,
just,
Mm.
but like I know that like
it's more
we
like
have a little bit more of a
visible now.
clear, yeah.
My first switch was actually I had a good conversation with Johnny.
What would you
because I was not saying that I was gonna switch. I was holding off on it, and
like holding off on telling him, or like
no,
or,
like on like just with myself. I was like, nah,
Oh, okay.
just tough it out. Whatever you hear, like you just started and shit like that.
Mhm.
But like I was like telling people, everybody's saying like, and I was like saying that I liked it or whatever. But I was kind of like brushing it off, like changing the subject and shit. So then after he kind of just said like he kind of called bullshit, and he was just like, you just kind of be honest. And then I started being honest, and he's like, well, you kind of know your answer.
Mhm.
So then that's where that helped kind of just say, you have to stop kind of just lying to yourself. And like people that that know you well will like kind of help you because like you just got to be honest and like be.
You could probably see it in you. You know what I mean? You could probably see the way you were talking about it, that you were like iffy about it. And like Johnny's good at like focusing on it and like getting his shit done. So he probably just gave you the advice that like he follows well. It's just like go with your gut, do it. Like fuck it, don't second guess. You know what I mean? Because he does it well. I think like he just focuses on one thing, gets it done. Yeah, he's pretty good
of getting it done for sure.
Yeah, like get your girl done.
Well,
I got one more conspiracy for not even a conspiracy for y'all. It's a good question.
Bro, you've been in your head a lot.
Yeah.
Eh?
Not even. I had this conversation with Mauri earlier.
this guy's lying down in his room. How do I think? He's just pulling his hair out.
We had a.
Life is a conspiracy.
Saying life is a theory, eh?
Nah,
You're saying you're Mr. Life is a
See,
theory.
you
now.
got it. You got him on it.
Yup, this guy.
We were talking. I forget what we were talking about again.
Saying you're a flat earther.
But we were just we started going off about how I was just like, there's no way. I was saying how there's no way when we die, that's it. That it's like, throw out the towel, like nothing exists. It's just a blank, like when you're sleeping. I personally think there has to be something, whether it's like a city up there or it's like, hell, heaven
you think
exists.
they got Taco Bell up there?
Definitely not. But, it's just weird, bro. I have no
what he's
idea.
asking, to put it short, is that what happens after death?
Dog, it's dark, fam.
What? You just see dark?
Dark.
That's so crazy.
No, dead ass. Like,
you want the tough answer? I think.
Goddamn, bro.
I think there is literally nothing.
Like it's like when you're asleep.
Yeah, I think it's when you're asleep. Like, but no dreams. Like, I think there is nothing. I know it's kind of sad to think, and it's kind of dark to think, but like,
it's so plain though.
It is, but like,
I just feel like we're different than like.
Convince me otherwise. That is the only logical explanation that I can think of.
How's that logical though? You're just like in this frozen state of nothingness.
Because what else is there?
I just feel like our existence is a little different
You're not
than
there
like
anymore.
animals.
You're not there. Like whatever's inside you, your soul.
Do you think we're different than animals?
It's gonzo.
Like we essentially are, but I feel like we're just there's like something besides the flesh and blood that runs through our veins.
Your
and stuff
soul,
like that.
yeah.
There's like a little soul
You're
that
conscious.
exists and it has to go somewhere. There's no way it just poof.
Yo, so I'm about to say something that I don't even know what it means. All right, but maybe you guys will be able to follow me. I feel like when we die, we go back to Earth. Like, and I don't even know how to describe that the right way, but I feel like I don't know if it's even reincarnation, but like I feel like our soul goes back to the ground, and then yeah, maybe it is reincarnation where like we come back as like a tree or maybe a different person or whatever the case may be. And I think our body goes back into the soil and it's like I don't know if it's like nutritious or whatever, like it's nutrients for the soil, but like that's why I personally I like to think
it's
anyways.
a little so not I wouldn't say limiting, but like as a guy that believes in religion, like I do believe in that heaven and hell and stuff like that, but I just can't wrap my head around what the hell it looks like. Like if I'm gonna just see my dog in hell, I'll be like, oh, how the fuck do I get him up here, bro? If I'm in heaven, or if I'm vice versa, how the fuck do I get up there? Like I wonder if it's like that, or if it's completely locked off, or like there's no like elevator.
Yo, what if
like,
it's fucked? What if
what
it's
the fuck is
yo,
like,
elevator?
What if it's fucked?
Next year, like,
There's the South Park episode that Stan, he's the Jewish one. Everyone is like went to church and they were saying that like you have to get baptized so you could go to heaven. And they're like, but what happens to our Jewish friend? And then he's like, oh, he's going to hell. Sorry.
Yo, what if it's fucked? What if you're like, if you're in heaven, you're allowed to go to hell, but if you're in hell, you're not allowed to go up towards heaven. So you can go visit your dogs, your Halo or whatever, and they're just fucked down there.
I just be with what's going on, bro.
I don't know, man. It's nice to think like that, but I think it's just
it's hopeful because like I'm just
true.
like hopeful because like I just don't think this is it, and like there's a lot of stuff that like helped me believe it too.
I think this is it.
To be more.
I don't know, man.
I
think this is it, bro. This is it. Enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna live my life like this is it.
Take this in.
You gotta
Take this
live
in.
like this is it, bro.
Take this in.
But like,
if call bullshit on this story, you can, because not everything you see is true. But like it was just a cool story, and I'm really like, what are the odds? What are the chances? This is 1 to none in my opinion. But there's this movie about this. It's actually a little boy. He was like 4 years old or whatever. Somewhere in the States he was from, and he had a near death experience. And then when he woke up, he was telling his family about how, like he saw life after. He just saw like heaven and stuff. He was just kind of just describing like a very innocent kid. He kind of didn't even know what he was saying. He wasn't saying like God, heaven, and everything, but he was just explaining what he saw, and explaining that he saw like Jesus and stuff like that. And his dad kept trying to get him to to show him what he saw, like draw, like not he couldn't really draw it or whatever, but he was trying to find pictures, and like the son kept on saying no, no, no. And there is another girl from Illinois. She grew up with. She was 4 years old as well. Both her parents were atheists, so there's absolutely no religion in her life. And she had a little vision. She would have visions and she would draw them, like when she was streaming,
So Raven?
or like she would just I don't know, bro. Yeah, I guess she would just draw it. But she painted an acrylic painting of a man that she said was Jesus, that she saw in her lecture, that she met essentially, and that these two kids were nowhere near, not related, families aren't friends or anything, and when the dad was like trying to help the kid find something that resembled, like they came across the picture, and then the kid said, "Yeah, that was it. This is exactly the same person that I saw." And like,
Who was it?
and it was like just the same picture of Jesus or whatever, which is crazy because it's just like that's weird, and it kind of. I don't know if you can even believe it because it's a little hard.
I just think they might have been dreaming. But
like,
you know,
you think dreaming has no grounds though? I just feel like it's impossible for two people to develop the same
weirdest
image in
dreams
their
you
head.
guys had? Well, not that way.
I had one where I was getting attacked by like food. Dead
dog,
ass.
you're fat, bro.
Dead ass. I literally. I'm not even gonna explain how I got out that bitch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, ate his way out. Yo, the pizza was like, so what are you gonna do about it? He's like, you're teasing me, naughty. Ate the pizza.
Nah, dead ass, bro. Like I had weird dreams.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yeah.
You know the turkey or the chicken fight? You have to play that.
Yo, I had some scary ass dreams too, bro.
Now wait, a weird one that I had. It was us. We were in high school, and there was like people after us. There was like people with guns after us, like soldiers, like an army after us, and we were like running through the school, like trying to hide and shit. It was the weirdest shit, bro. Like I don't even know, man.
Nah, I had a next one where it was, fuck, kind of just slipped my mind. Damn, literally just slipped my fucking mind.
All right, well, a lot of my dreams, to be honest, like I turn them into my stories. Like it's some of the comics that I'm writing, they're like inspired by some of my dreams, like action scenes. So
I got
like,
it back.
An action scene like that one I just described, like stuff like that goes into my comics because I have some pretty like weird action scenes in my dreams, bro. They're fun.
I don't know how.
What if that happened in your past life?
Okay, I don't mind happened in my past life.
One of you eating food,
bro. No. One of my scary ones was Bro, I actually can't explain this one. I have no idea why I dreamt it. I was in a van driving with my family, and my parents turned around. I kept on like calling for them in the whip, and they turned around and they had no face, and we kept on driving. It was an empty road, bro. Through the ceiling of the car, broke in a priest and threw me out the whip and beat the shit out of me the entire dream. I woke up just getting crushed.
Are you okay?
Bro, I had no idea why I dreamt that.
What is wrong with this guy?
And I was like 9 years old, bro. I still remember that shit vividly.
Yo, I don't remember what the dream was, but like to add on to that, you remember that character Smiley or whatever? It was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
You ever see like the trailers for it? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
think so.
It was like a
Smile face.
yeah, his like a big smile face.
Yeah.
And it was a horror movie that I saw the trailer for on YouTube or whatever. That shit always scared the fuck out of me. And I remember I had some bad nightmares about that.
Remember the pop scare? It was like driving in a hill and then some trees cover the car. And then it was it was terrifying.
I know the one.
You have to put it in.
Yeah. I put it like right on the screen. All the viewers just fucking. Hey guys, check out this clip.
Yo, you have to full screen it.
We can't do that like that. We can't.
Jump scare.
Man's are gonna get copyrighted.
No, it's free.
Is it?
I don't know.
We don't even know. Nah, like yo, some dreams just be wild, and like I don't know, man. Like I have like fun dreams, but I have some weird ones where you just wake up, you're like, bro, what the fuck just happened?
That's all of mine, bro. They're just weird.
Yeah.
I've never had like a dream that felt like significant, and I'm like, this has like crazy meaning for your future event.
No.
My mom has those though. Like shit's scary, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like she has some like, she dreams about something and then it'll like that ass happen or some shit. It's so weird.
Do you guys get deja vu a lot?
Nah.
I get it all the
Not that
time, bro.
often, Not that often.
I get it all the time.
You just stop and say,
Yeah, like I'm like, yo, I dreamt about this, and then like it happens, and then I'll like be able to predict it. Like there are times where like some shit would happen, I'd be like, oh, like somebody's gonna come down the stairs right now, just because I feel like I had a
Spears
dream,
gonna come right here.
and then like in my dream I saw somebody come down the stairs, so then I go, oh, somebody's gonna come down the stairs, and then somebody would actually come down the stairs.
All right, yo, make a
Or maybe
prediction.
I'm just
Make-
tripping and
make a
I heard them
prediction,
walking down the
Dante,
stairs.
Make a prediction.
Yeah.
Right now, make a
I
prediction.
can't do
bro.
that. It
No,
just
no.
happens.
Well, Alex, do you,
randomly.
bro?
Make a prediction.
No,
Make a prediction.
I don't even want to.
You just said you could tell the future, so go. Hit us with some future.
with
It's-
sight.
with
I
certain
can't.
dreams, he's not having deja vu right now. His
I'm
that's
saying
what
I gotta have
Raven
a
moment.
that's what Raven moment.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Screw Culture.
Got some big ass eyes.
What?
Eyes.
You guys are weird.
Because of freak, man.
What?
I don't even.
You're fucking strange. But nah, so no, nothing. You still believe nothing?
I'm chilling, bro.
Nah, that's lame. You're boring, dude.
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
You're actually boring. If you actually think nothing happens, you're actually lame. I'm kidding, nah. I guess.
I mean, I
You're entitled
guess
to your
like I don't know
opinion.
if you guys can like. I know it's stupid and lame, but like, if you
we're
guys
not
can
asking
convince
you
me,
to we're not trying to convince you.
I'm trying to get you guys to convince
But
me. Like so
your
far, none of your
answer-
shit makes sense. Like
your
yeah, it would be
answer-
cool, but that just doesn't make any sense. Like
Your
oh,
answer is literally dark.
yeah,
What?
because like it's the only possible thing I can think of. Like,
Nah, I feel Fraser. I feel Fraser. I
Yeah,
feel like
what
I feel
also-
you
like
don't
the same
feel
way.
me. Don't feel me.
Okay.
You're
schizophrenic,
strange.
man.
You're straight as fuck, bro. Don't worry. You got it. One
anyways.
thing that also freaks me out is that there's a bunch of time that exists before I existed. That shit never
Yeah,
sat
yeah.
right with me.
Yeah,
I
was-
don't understand why like it bothers me, but that shit bothers me. Like
that
so much,
history's a thing?
so much time existed, and I just wasn't. Even
So did you think the
a
whole
thing,
universe
bro.
started right when you were born?
Yeah, dude, that shit bothers
He's
me.
actually freaking
What?
out in his room over
That shit
this
bothers me. I be thinking about.
What do
shit,
I
bro.
think? Bro, I wasn't thinking, but other people were thinking before me, bro. What the fuck?
Nah, bro, y'all are lame. Y'all
Yeah,
think
Esty,
about
you're a
shit.
strange one.
I be thinking about.
He is.
You're a strange one, bro.
What do you mean?
You be predicting shit. Fuck out of here, bro.
That's
I
fine.
just
I'm out
have
here.
random ass dreams. It's like Family Guy up in this bitch.
Nah, yo, quick question. Quick question before we all go out. Like, I'm curious. What's something that you guys are like watching right now, reading, like something that's like a creative that you guys are watching, reading, playing, or whatever that you guys are really fucking with. You know that
I'm playing.
you guys wouldn't mind like sharing.
I'm playing Valorant
Okay,
all the time.
all the time. But like you're not watching anything, any TV, anything that's like listening to anything that's been.
This is all I watch, bro. This is all I watch
Have
right
you
now,
guys
man.
Okay.
Heard of Slow Tie?
Yeah, yeah.
What is it? Anime?
Masai.
No, he's a
The guy that does like the big smile with the big eyes. He goes, Masai.
He's a rapper.
It's actually nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Proud to
yo,
do
I've been seeing that guy everywhere, man.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy's
got
all over
some- he's
YouTube
got
right
some
now.
Good press right
Yeah,
now, bro.
yo,
He's got-
the track with Rocky was pretty fire.
it was.
I heard that
yo,
one.
Did you see the video
It's a
for
really
it?
good
Yeah,
album.
it's
It was
weird.
It was
It's
pretty
weird.
sick. I
Yeah.
liked it. I liked it a
It's
lot.
a good
to be honest.
album.
Oh, is it good? He has the album. You
I
dropped
didn't
off?
listen to the album yet. I was actually going
Yeah,
to.
it's-
Do you like
it's
it?
It's a good energy, you know.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
it's a like you get this.
That's
energy
that's
that
you.
he's
That's a
putting
UK
in.
man's, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel you. So that's what that's like what you're kind of getting into right
because
now.
it dropped recently.
Mm.
Jujutsu Kaisen is amazing. Always grabbing inspo from that shit.
I've been on Twitch a lot more, like watching a lot of people. Just one to like, I'm trying to
To
get
see
into
what
Twitch,
other
right?
people kind of do.
Yeah, like gain influence from them, try and like build connection, shit like that. So like I've been on Twitch a lot more. I've been watching like a lot of pros play Valorant, just trying to get tips on like how to play certain characters and like styles and shit. Yeah, it's just stuff like that. I don't know. You guys know I haven't been watching a lot of anime or any shit like that, like crazy lately. What about you two?
I would say myself. I just got into reading Shawshank.
You can read?
by Stephen King. Oh yeah, I just learned. But yo, fire. I saw the movie a long ass time ago, but like I
a good movie.
super forget it. So I'm gonna watch it after I read it. But yo, the reading is just fire. He wrote that. It's like it's pretty sick how he wrote it. It's pretty fucked, very intense.
Stephen King books are supposed to be pretty crazy, like
But
how
it's
they're written.
sick.
And shit.
Like it's just like how the story is being told. So it's cool. I have honestly never been a big reader. I'm trying to read more to kind of.
Well, it's because you just learned to read, like you just said.
Fuck
yeah.
you. Yeah, I'm trying to expand my horizons, as they say. Get into reading and shit. And,
Yo,
and
it's Crazy D's, but you should read it. Like
Thanks.
no, the
Thanks.
book the book It by Stephen King. You should read it. It's pretty crazy.
Someone else told me
It's
that.
D's.
So I'm after this one, I'm gonna read his first one called Carrie. I don't know if you remember
Carrie?
that old ass movie.
Yeah, I've heard of it. But I've never read
There's
it.
a
or anything.
remake, but the old ass movie was pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's basically she gets bullied and then she kills everybody that bullied her. It's fucked.
Sounds like it's
That's
right up
so
your alley,
dark.
fam. Right up
It's
your
a
alley.
what?
No, but Esty fucks with the dark shit like that.
Yeah,
It's,
Yeah.
it's cool though.
It's
What
No, I
about you,
definitely
Dante?
feel
What
that.
do you want?
For me, I just finished playing this game called Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's
Bro,
a samurai
we've
game.
been talked about
Yo,
that
the
since
voice-
like the second.
actually-
Yo, take this in.
Yeah.
Remember you started.
The
Yeah.
the voice actor for the main character is Zoro's voice actor.
Oh, yo, you know what's crazy? Now that you said that, like I can put two and two together. I
Yeah,
believe it. Yeah, he
that's
sounds
crazy.
just like him. That's just crazy.
I didn't. I saw that on Twitter. the
Yeah.
other day.
Yo, game's fucking incredible. It's one of those games you get inspiration from. You know, like the world is crazy, like the environmental
the world
design and
building
everything.
in games
World
is
building.
sick.
And like you were talking earlier about if you're gonna reinvent yourself, you have to do your homework, right? And like that's a studio. The studio that made that game was known for like a different style. Was known for like superhero games, like comic book style games before that.
Mm.
And the way that they transitioned into Ghost of Tsushima, like you could really tell they did their homework on everything. You know, everything is.
It looks like it paid off. From what
Yeah,
I've seen,
yeah,
it looks
yeah.
Like a sick game.
But
Yeah.
but even like
Forget-
everything in it's like historically accurate. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to make the game like an old school samurai movie. You know, so like there are a lot of old school samurai movie elements in it that make the game sick. Like if you hold square, for example, you can like hold your sword in place after you cut somebody, and then when somebody else runs at you, then you can like go and then
Or
flip
could-
and
could
you know,
throw
so it's
the-
like
you know when there's blood on your sword and you just
yeah,
flip
and then
it
you can
off?
flip
Really?
the
Yeah.
blood
That
off
is
and then
kinda
slide it in the holster slowly
That's
or
some
whatever.
pretty
You
cool
know?
little
Cool.
detail.
I
Yeah,
actually-
so
I
it's
actually
like-
got to see Marvin play that.
What he was playing
Yeah,
Ghost?
he was playing it, and it looks sick. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to buy it, but like,
Yeah, you guys should check it out. If ever it goes on sale, you guys should check it out. That and I'm also right now I'm reading The Watchmen, graphic novel, like comic called The Watchmen, and it's incredible. I don't want to spoil it too much. You guys should check it out if you're into comic books. I know you're into them, but it's pretty fire, man. Like I'm just getting started. I'm like
Wait, they're
one
just
third of the way
comics, or
through.
Is this a game or something?
I'm just reading the comics. They have the movie. It's a graphic novel, but they have the movies and
Oh, that's sick.
and they have the TV show. But I'm
Is it
just
like a long ass series or something?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Like from
What's
what
it
I'm
about?
reading right now, it's not that big. No,
What's it
like the
about?
comic books. Huh?
What's it about?
It's about like so like the way to describe it's weird. So it's like DC, the guys that make like Batman and Superman, the creators that made Batman basically wanted to make like an R-rated comic book.
Yeah.
So that's what The Watchmen is. So it's really like dark and like people die and like people get raped and shit. It's like really dark, really heavy stuff. And like it's really grounded. It's about these superheroes that the general public doesn't want out on the streets anymore because the general public is obviously scared of superheroes. So they all have to go into hiding. And the government basically creates like this law that bans superheroes from being a thing, but all these people have powers, right? So the superheroes kind of go into hiding and then like work in the dark and stuff. And
Sounds pretty interesting.
yeah.
Does.
So it's
That sounds
pretty
pretty
crazy.
fun.
You guys should check it out. It's
I
cool.
always found it was so dumb that Superman just put on glasses and fucking was a regular
Oh
civilian
wait,
all of a sudden.
who was that? Who is that?
Oh, it's just Clark.
you know, I
Clark.
actually started watching The Boys.
Jeez.
It's Seth Rogen. He like helps direct it. So
Mm.
there's a spin-off of like his comedy on it.
Mhm.
You could definitely see it when you start watching. But it's about superheroes in our day, if that makes sense. So like for a good example in the trailer, like there's a guy that's like the Flash and he's super speed, you know? And
I think I've
he's
seen something
sprinting-
about it. Yeah.
You've definitely
he's
seen the trailer.
sprinting
Yeah, I
down-
think so.
He's sprinting down the road and he like runs through a girl because like he couldn't stop in time, you know? And he
Mm.
just murks her. And it's very gory.
Very
Gory.
great.
Gory. It's very gory. Like it's fucking like definitely rated R.
Nah, it's a sick
But, like
show.
it's,
No, it's
It's
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Cool,
It's
yeah.
on Netflix.
It's on
No,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
I might
Sick
have
ass
to check
show.
that shit out.
Sick
You
ass
guys got
show.
Amazon Prime. You're rich.
It's like superheroes rated
Do
R.
you pay for
almost.
Prime or no? For Amazon? Oh,
No.
Student Prime.
yeah, I'm gonna
You
have to
got
check
it,
that
bro.
out.
It's pretty good. Fucking
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
student.
out.
Fucking third school.
Yeah,
Man's stacking up his fucking like. His,
I'm
his
gonna go
benefits
now.
on- I think we should all go now. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
I was just about to wrap it up, guys. This is Screw Culture. Thank y'all were, because
Guys.
yo.
All right, yeah, try that again. Try that
All
again.
right,
Run it back.
Let me run it back.
That's jokes.
Guys, this is Screw Culture. Thanks for watching.
This is the ASMR channel, Screw Culture.